Good evening, everybody. Good to see you guys. Glad you could make it. Tonight's going to be a bit of a touchy subject because it's about the Talmud. Ooh. It's good to see you guys. Glad you could make it. We are joined by Roger, PJ, and Jaden. Hope you guys are doing well.
Oh, good.
Woo, I'm doing great,
Good.
man.
Oh, good.
So, which Talmud are we using today? Are we using the Babylonian
I am
Talmud? Or...
so happy you asked that question because a lot of people don't know there's more than one Talmud or Mishnah.
Hmm?
So, which Talmud do you think we're going to be talking about today?
Probably the
I'm going with
Babylonian.
Jerusalem.
No, the
Oh.
Babylonian.
Oh, okay.
Because that's always the one brought up, correct?
I think that's the one Jesus rebukes, isn't it?
That's the one they claim Jesus is boiling an excrement and oil in hell.
Yeah. Oh,
In
yeah.
Gehenna.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, that
Well, he
one.
specifically speaks against it because I think it's in Matthew where he talks about the washing of hands, and the Pharisees were upset because they didn't do the ritual to wash their hands, and that washing of hands ritual is straight out of the Talmud. That's not biblical. Nowhere in the Bible does it give that ritual to wash your hands. It's only in the Talmud. So he was specifically preaching against the man-made tradition of the Talmud there.
Quite interesting.
No way around it. I mean, he basically quoted the Talmud when he said, "We're not washing our hands the way you do in your man-made tradition."
Interesting thing is the Talmud was actually only finalized about way after Jesus died already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like Nicodemus was a Pharisee, right? And he probably did read the Jerusalem Talmud, more than likely. And he was actually a friend of Jesus, right?
Oh, can I just say one thing to Sandro in chat? Sandro, if you think that Israel is a higher state in your mind, you are nuts, bro. You're nuts. God talks about the land of Israel, nation of Israel.
These people. Exactly.
It's not a higher state in your mind.
No,
Sorry,
no.
bro. You're wrong. You're wrong. Just
Ooh,
I know you didn't say
Jaden,
that.
you're twice in now. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
I know
But I
you
just
didn't.
wanna
Sorry, I don't
point
know what
out-
happened there.
I just
did
want
you
to
drop
point
out?
out, guys, the Jerusalem Talmud was only finalized in about 350 to 400 AD, and the Babylonian Talmud was only finalized 500 to 600 AD. Interesting, because that's when Islam started.
And it sounds a lot like Islam, doesn't it?
Islam actually took that practice of washing your hands, like you were saying now, Jaden, with Matthew.
Yeah.
Matthew.
Yeah, there was.
Islam actually took that.
Yeah, they do. They do 5 parts of the hands: armpits, backside, front side, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you
I
guys
think that
know
goes
the
with the. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say I think that goes with the whole idea where the Jews think everything is unclean and you have to cleanse and all of that. I guess it ties into that more, but that came after the prophets, not from the prophets, which is a very good distinction to make.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, do you guys know the difference between the Jerusalem Talmud and the Babylonian Talmud?
I haven't got. Do you know? I don't know much about the Talmud at all. So I don't know the difference between them.
Well, anyway, the Jerusalem Talmud practically says the same thing as the Babylonian, but
Right.
it's a much shorter version.
Right.
So where the Babylonian Talmud is just more in depth and it's a much longer commentary.
So it's just a bit abbreviated. One of them.
It's a lot more longer.
Right.
There are Jews and stuff that actually, how can I say, reject the Talmud altogether. They don't agree it's divinely inspired because man.
Yeah.
The Talmud is just based on man. Rabbis actually doing commentary about the Tanakh and the Torah.
Yeah.
So a lot of Jews reject it. You get the Jews specific to the Orthodox that do accept it. And then you also get some of them that partially accept it. Some of them only accept the Jerusalem and they deny the Babylonian. So it depends what kind of sect of Judaism you're part of.
Yeah. Sandra just said, watch Bill Donahue. But what's Bill Donahue, bro? Sandra, if Bill Donahue teaches me that Israel is a higher state in the mind, when my Bible tells me that it's people, a land, and a nation, I'm sorry, Bill Donahue's wrong. My Bible tells me different. I won't watch
Yeah.
Bill Donahue if that's what he's teaching, Sandra. No,
Yeah,
thanks.
because that would make him a false teacher.
Right, of course.
But we can look at some Bill Donahue if he really wants to. But
If he
it's gonna
wants
not.
to.
It's not going to be. The thing is, it's not going to be very happy for Sandra then, because Sandra's going to realize we're going to be ripping Bill Donahue apart with Scripture.
Well, Scripture.
If that's what he's claiming, if that's what Bill Donahue is teaching.
If that's what he's teaching, yeah. I'd rather take Scripture than what a dude says. You know.
I agree. So
I
anyway,
would agree with-
Unveil the Mind. This stream tonight was actually inspired at him because he's going around making lies and nonsense up about me, going around telling everybody what a shill I am. Banjo was right. That kind of nonsense, and saying, I am protecting the Jews, and I'm defending the Talmud, and
Who says this?
unveil what's
Unveil
it,
Minds. Right.
Unveiled Mind, or let me see what his
Uh-oh.
name is again.
No, I-
So I
like
invited
he's a
him to
little
come
veiled.
tonight and present his lies to the audience, so we can actually lifting the veil. That's his name, lifting the veil, because he also believes we're in Satan's short season. Believe it or not. Oh, what a shocker!
I know.
There we go. Lifting the veil is in the chat. So link is above. Lifting the veil. You can come in here and present your lies about me, so I can expose you as easy as that. How's that coming? Because he says he's blocked, guys.
No,
Can you tell me something? How can someone who's blocked able to chat?
you can't.
He can't.
I wouldn't see him.
So he's already lied there, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't be blocked and comment at the same time. He's been told this many times. So insane.
That reminds me, there was a guy in my chat last night. His name was Jesus Has Already Come. That was his screen name.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus already come. Yeah, I know that guy was in there. He gets very triggered sometimes as well. But yeah, give me 2 seconds. My children are supposed to be asleep and they're not asleep, so just chat amongst yourself for 2 minutes. Sorry, guys.
Well, I'm going to grab a coffee anyway.
Good idea. Hey, Jaden. How you doing, man? Long time no see.
Oh, by the way, did you notice that I reviewed your movie, Jaden?
He's not talking right now.
Oh, he's probably away from people. He probably knows because I've tagged him in it.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so we're back. So anyway, the whole topic tonight is, should we throw away Joel 3 and the rest of the Bible says about supporting God's chosen people, all because of people that's ignorant to what the Talmud says and what it teaches?
Well, I'd do what some of the Orthodox do and not accept the Talmud as God's inspired word. That's men's word. If God told Joel that's God to Joel's pen. I would take that first.
But I'm waiting for
I know.
for some people to actually come in and present why they say things about the Talmud and why we should not support Israel because of the Talmud.
You don't have to support both, do you?
No.
No.
Exactly. What has the Talmud got to do with Christianity?
He's saying he's blocked again, dude.
How is he blocked when he's literally commenting? You're literally commenting, so you are not blocked. I've told you this many times. So click the link, come in, and have a discussion, and tell everybody how you keep lying about me, so I can expose you like you're being exposed right now, saying you are blocked, while your comments are literally being put on screen for everybody to see. So yeah. And by the way, guys, why would we have a problem with Charlie Kirk wearing a Hanukkah at the Wailing Wall?
Well, a lot of people consider that Talmudic. That's why
It's got
they're
nothing
mad
to
at
do with the Talmud. Absolutely sweet bugger all to do with the Talmud. If anybody has ever gone to Jerusalem before, you would know the rule is to go into the courtyard by the western wall. You're required to wear a head covering. And guess what? They have a whole box full of Hanukkahs there for people to put on as a sign of respect when you go into the courtyard.
Okay.
If you do not wear a head covering, you cannot go in. It's as simple as that. It's part of the rules of the courtyard.
So you're paying respect to Israel when you do that.
Well, yeah, like listen, I used to be homeless, guys, as you know. So like that means no food, stuff like that, you know. So there's Sikh temples around here. Now I don't agree. I'm not into Sikhism, but they're giving out free food. They welcome people in as long as you're respectful, as long as you take off your shoes, walk barefoot and stuff like that, and cover your head. I had to be respectful just to get some food, and I wasn't not being disrespectful just because I don't believe in the religion. You know, you know what I
But
mean?
I can show you thousands of Christians, okay, who go yearly to Jerusalem and they wear Hanukkah on their head when they go to the Western Wall because it's literally part of the courtyard rules. It
There
doesn't
you
make
go.
them Jewish. It doesn't make them Talmud supporters all of a sudden.
No,
It doesn't make us Talmud supporters because Christians go there.
no, exactly. Like I say, when I went into that Sikh temple, I wasn't trying to be Sikh. I was getting some food. I was respecting the rules. I wouldn't have got in if I didn't. So simple as
Exactly.
that.
It's as simple as that. You're just respecting the rules.
Lifting the veil, saying he's got his sound off, he can't hear us. So
Well, then he should put his sound on. He's just being a coward then.
Mm.
Because now he's trying to use that as excuse on why he can't come in. Because, I didn't hear you saying I can come in. Who watches a stream with the sound off, by the way?
I don't know.
Because there's no captions yet. The thing hasn't even, the stream hasn't even processed yet to be able to have captions so you can just read what we're saying. Because this is live time.
I put it in chat. He can come in. He knows. So.
Yes, the yarmulke. Sorry, Didi's right. The yarmulke. Not why am I saying
Yeah.
Hanukkah? Yarmulke. That's my part. Yes, new developments on Kirk's case. I'm actually watching some interesting stuff at the moment from someone who's also taking it from a biblical standpoint, which is really cool. There is still a lot of things really that don't make sense with the whole Charlie Kirk shooting and stuff. But I was saying to Charles last night while we were having our Bible study power evening thing.
Yeah.
I was telling him, and I think he feels the same way. Where yes, this is all definitely a ritual psyop thing, but it's a satanic one, and unfortunately, Charlie Kirk was the the sacrifice,
the brunt of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
People don't understand that people do literally get sacrificed for the satanic
Yeah.
rituals, and it doesn't mean he was part of it. He was just given up as the offering by whose ever satanic agenda this is. So, like I was saying, what I'm trying to make point is, yes, everything about it is really weird, and there's a lot of things that don't make sense, and I do think it's a psyop. It doesn't mean Charlie's not dead.
No,
And I wish
like,
people would respect the guy for, doing what he did and respect him for the legacy he's leaving behind, because he did a lot of good things.
yeah, absolutely. It's like what I said about, I know he wasn't president or anything, but JFK, nobody doubts that he was shot dead. He's shot dead. And was that a psyop? Yes. Yes, but the guy's still dead. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not here anymore.
Unalived, PJ.
I don't like saying it. It sounds so stupid. It sounds
It does,
sounds worse as well. And so I'm trying to say something that's not so silly and worse sounding.
The people have to coin phrases on YouTube just to get away with like making a comment about this topic.
I've kind of stopped doing it as much. I've said things like grape and that. I've just said the word out because I'm sick of saying silly sounding stuff. I'm not monetized, so there's no point in me worrying about saying stuff like that at the minute. As long as I'm not saying it all the time, obviously, like loads and loads and loads. I just think it sounds silly to keep saying it, you know. Obviously, like people that's monetizing that, I wouldn't be doing it on theirs. But on my own, I just got one night, I was just like, oh, I'm sick of saying these silly words. You know what I mean? So I just said them.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm just trying to get some scriptures up so we can. I should have done it before, but I was being a bit busy, preoccupied. Sorry. Okay.
What? No,
So, like
Charlie.
I say, if you guys have any questions or any disagreements with us, or just anything you want to say, you're more than welcome to hit the link and come in and have a discussion. I just want to say thank you again to all my people that support this channel financially. You guys rock. All my Patreons, members, and whatever. You guys are awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start with.
Looks like we
Let's
got
start
another
at the
coward.
beginning. Genesis 12, verse 3. I'm sure you guys know this verse. It's quite cited quite a lot. Genesis 12, verse 3. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Now, who was God talking to there?
I'll go with Israel.
Mm.
To Abraham.
His children.
Yeah, so
His seed.
exactly. So the children, the Israelites, will be blessed.
Right.
So if people are going against God's covenant with Abraham, what does it say will happen? They'll get cursed.
Right.
And if they bless them, what will happen? They will get blessed.
That's right. That's right. God doesn't break his promises. I'm sorry. He just doesn't break them. If it's a promise, it's a covenant. He doesn't break it, does he?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And Genesis 27 to 29. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his oldest son and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here I am I. And he said, Behold, now I am old. Know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out in the field and take me some venison, and make me some savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, sorry, I just want to quickly. I got the wrong one. It's 27:29. What am I doing? Let me read the whole thing. There we go. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be the Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be to he that blessed thee. Who is this up to? To Isaac,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is the bloodline of Israel,
Absolutely.
Israelites. So you see, it's a continuing covenant that is an everlasting covenant, as we read through in Genesis as well, to everybody. Yeah, no lifting the veil. I don't know where he is. He's supposed to have showed up already by now, but no, he hasn't. Anyway, Numbers 24 verse 9. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as the great lion, who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesses thee, and cursed is he that curses he. Now that was Balaam's prophecy, guys. This is also about the children of Israel. Psalm 122, verse 6. Pray for peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Now, why must you pray for peace of Jerusalem? Because it's Israel. Where is Jerusalem, guys? Israel.
Exactly. Israel.
Not Las Vegas. Not the North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Not a higher mind. It's an actual place. This one I love. Isaiah 60, verse 20, verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Ooh. Those nations shall be utterly wasted. Who is this about? Let's look at the whole chapter, shall we? So we can see. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings and the brightness of thy rising. I wonder who God's talking about here. Lift up thine eyes round about, and see all they have gathered themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from afar, and thy daughters shall be nursed at the side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. The multitudes of camels shall cover thee. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all thy kingdom Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Naboth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance of mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves of their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smite thee, but in my favor I have mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day or night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come upon thee, the fir tree and the pine tree and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
Ooh. Ooh. Israel.
Yeah. Vicky, thank you very, very much for your channel support. £10. She says, please smash the likes and share the show, guys. I 100% concur. Thank you very much, Vicky. You rock. You're awesome. Appreciate all your support. Yeah, guys, please. Vicky paid for it, so now you're going to have to do it. Please hit the likes. Please
I
share the
already
show.
did. I'm sorry.
Oh, and thank you, Roger, for your membership. I forgot to.
Yeah, Andrew got it. That was pretty cool.
Andrew. Thank you very much for the membership. Appreciate it. You rocketh, babe. There we go. Yeah. Thank you very
that
much.
verse you read earlier when you brought up Tarsus,
Mm-hmm.
it's in good light. But my dad used to say this. He thought that the inhabitants of America, Canada, and all the rest were actually descendants from the sons of Tarsus for some reason. And I don't know why he believed that, but I've been meaning to research it more.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had something to do with the sea-bearing tribes that were at sea. They were part of the sons of Tarsus.
Yeah, because Tarsus was Paul's actual hometown where he was born.
Huh, nice.
Yeah. Quite interesting. But you see why I'm saying Isaiah 60 is actually very good, because it's telling everybody, it's separating the Israelites from the Gentiles. Okay? And it's very specific to, if you bless the Israelites, you'll be blessed. If you curse them, you will be cursed. And what are we seeing a lot right now against Israel? People are getting cursed because they're going against them. and God's going to take judgment. It's as simple as that. And if people say, "Oh, well, hey, you guys are Zionists," blah blah blah. No, we're not. We're not a Zionist as you would call a derogatory term Zionist. We Zionists in the way that we agree that they are allowed to be independent. Just like I agree that anybody is allowed to be independent. And just like it says here in verse 14, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, the city of the Lord. It's literally there, it's right there. Anyway, let's move on to one of my all-time favorites about this. Joel 3, verse 1 to 2. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. I just thought I had to bring all that up before we go through the Talmudic.
Didn't it happen in Babylon too? And they brought the ark into the temple of Gilgamesh or whatever. What was the name of the god? And it
see what happened is there was the first exile in 538 BC with the Babylonian exile, and this first exile happened because the Israelites disobeyed God. Okay,
Yeah.
so that they were severely judged, as God said would happen. So they were first scattered. They went around, and then they came back after a while, and obviously there were still Jews there. So some left, some stayed. Then they came back together, and that was the time of the second temple. And then the second dispersion was in 70 AD, once the Romans had totally overthrown Jerusalem and destroyed the temple and so forth. And that's when they scattered the second time. And now in 1948, that's when all of them came back together again. And this is the problem with a lot of Christians today. They don't want to accept that that's literally was prophesied in the Bible for everybody to come through. And that's what I was reading Joel 3 now, where they all come back together. Okay. And unfortunately, the third temple is going to be built through this. And the Antichrist is going to declare himself as God in this third temple. And it will usher in a new world order. It will usher in the tribulation and the mark of the beast. And that's when things will really kick off and when God really comes. And this plays into part where actually, like, PJ,
Oh, God.
thank you for your 10 pounds. He says, Chennai support, bless y'all.
That's because I'm a blithering idiot that gets this stumbles over his words all the time.
You rock. I agree, Vicky. You rock. Thank you very much again for
No
the support. Really, really appreciate it. You guys are very big blessings.
Bless you, man.
Okay, shot Jaden. But yeah, this is tying into the rapture kind of thing. Everybody's saying the rapture's on the 23rd and 24th, 25th, around there, whatever. So
Sure.
we're going to be having a rapture weekend, baby. Woo! When it comes.
Yeah.
I better sell all my
Next Friday,
stuff.
Saturday, and Sunday we'll be having Rapture Weekend. Obviously, the 23rd is going to be on a Friday, so we're going to have Flat Earth Friday. But it'll be Rapture Flat Earth Friday. How's that?
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Should I sell all my stuff and pack up everything and get ready to be raptured?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm still working. I mean, why'd I have to go to
I
work
know.
tomorrow? I mean,
No, I mean, you should
it's only a
already
week away.
you should already be packed because everybody knows when he's coming. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus tells us that we don't know the time, the day, nor the hour, but other people know for some reason. So we should have our stuff back. We should be listening to dudes instead of scripture, shouldn't we?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Not.
So yeah, we're going to be next week is going to be quite an eventful Rapture weekend. Because a lot of people have been making this rapture stories, pushing it out, quite crazy. And I want to see the excuses they come up with why the rapture didn't take place.
Wasn't King Nico actually saying something about it as well?
He's saying it is an AI false psyop,
Right.
alien invasion rapture thing. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, got
Oh.
you. I got you.
And he's
So
also
he's literally
selling.
fallen into it at like, oh, the 23rd, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he uses gematria again to say that's.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go through all that stuff on the streams though. But anyway, back to the Talmud.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so we went through the scriptures now, and that's very clear. We should be blessing the Israel, correct, guys?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah. And now, because the Jews have the Talmud, does that mean that we shouldn't support them?
No.
No, if you don't agree with the Talmud, I wouldn't support it.
I don't agree
Yeah,
with
you
them.
don't support the Talmud doesn't mean you don't support Israel.
No, exactly. And I don't believe in their religion. But my faith and my Jesus tells me that I should bless them, that I should bless even my enemies, pray for my enemies, pray for people that hate me, So that would mean people that hate him too.
Well,
I think it
let's put it
included
this
everybody.
way. But let's put it this way, okay? The Jews have the Old Testament, okay? It's what we would call the Tanakh,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
That comes after the Torah. The Torah is the first 5 books. And then it's the Tanakh, Deuteronomy and all those things after.
So the Torah is the Pentateuch. The Pentateuch.
Yeah,
5
exactly.
books,
Yeah. But you see how the Talmud came into being, it was literally centuries later where rabbis they started debating and writing down traditions and interpretations on the law and interpretations on what the Tanakh and the Torah says based on that law. So the Talmud is literally just discussions between rabbis on how they understand it with law and into what was written in the Tanakh and the Torah. You understand?
So doesn't it say in the Bible itself not to add to God's word? So I would consider if they were adding the Talmud.
Yeah, it's a commentary book. It's literally the Talmud is a commentary book.
Yeah. I'm saying yeah, like I know I don't actually know, but I've heard you say it before. Obviously, that's what I'm saying.
So you can practically think of it as a giant commentary debate book. That's practically what it is. It's a whole bunch of arguments that they had about God's laws and what they mean and how it applies to them in daily life. Let's, for instance, take God says, the Bible says we should keep the Sabbath day holy. Okay. The Talmud is just trying, based on the opinions and discussions between the rabbis, what that is actually, they're defining exactly what that work means on keep the Sabbath day holy. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Wow, Terry Yakum, what do you mean Jews are not of Israel?
Jews are not of Israel. Christians should. Well, Terry Yakum, can you tell me the difference between Sephardic Jews and Ashkenazi Jews, please?
I have a feeling he's going to say neither one of them are.
Sorry?
He's going to go with, he doesn't know. That's what I'm going to say.
Do you know the difference between Sephardic Jews and the Ashkenazi Jews?
Well, the Ashkenazis were, from what I understand, they're further north, and they were exiled to the north.
Yeah,
right? they're European based.
Yeah, because they're the ones that would be called Yiddish.
Yeah, the Yiddish. And the Sephardic Jews?
I'm not really sure exactly. I'm pretty sure
they were the Jews of Judea and Samaria. They were the Jews that actually stayed in the land.
Okay.
So they were the Jews that
the remnant. They would be the remnant.
Yeah. So they would be the ones that you would say were staying in the Middle East. They were staying there, and they kind of, still procreated outside, let's say, Iran, Iraq, all the surrounding areas, but they stayed where they were in the Middle East, in Judea and Samaria, Jerusalem, and all those places. Those are the actual Jews. Okay? There are definitely Jews today that aren't really Jewish, but they claim to be. Nobody can doubt that. But it doesn't mean all Jews are not real Jews. But when we're talking about the Israelites, we're talking about the Jews of the 12 tribes. You're talking about the literal 12 tribes through the bloodline of Isaac and Jacob. That's why King David was part of the bloodline of Judah, and why Jesus was able to get through that bloodline, because it
Right.
came through the bloodline of Judah.
So Judah is one of the original 12 tribes, and so
Yes,
is
the
like
line of
Reuben.
yeah.
And
Judah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
there's 12 of them, and the Levitican order is part of it.
Well,
Mhm.
Levites were the only ones allowed to be priests and stuff like that. They're the one that did the religious type stuff, and rituals, and sacrifices, all the offerings for all that kind of stuff.
Well, let's put it this way, okay? Let's look at the 12 tribes. There was the tribe of Reuben, Simeon, Levi,
Benjamin.
Judah, that's where Jesus came from,
Yeah.
Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, and Joseph, and then Benjamin.
Benjamin. Yeah.
But Joseph
Well done. I
was
couldn't
usually,
remember all
but
that.
Joseph was, but the interesting thing about Joseph, that was usually represented with two sons. So it was Ephraim and Manasseh. Now, that is where the claim by the Samaritans come from. They claim to have come from the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh, which is Joseph.
Right.
And Benjamin was the baby, right, of the bunch?
And Benjamin, yeah. So, but they also go and, how can I put it? The Levites would be the priests.
Yeah.
That's why when they were practicing for the third temple things, they needed Levite priests to be trained up to do these kind of things. That's why when they were doing the practice offering of the red heifer, they had to use Levite priests for that. They had to have their priestly garments on. They had to blow the trumpets, and they had to go through all that. A lot of people believe that wasn't just a practice run. They believe it was an actual ceremony, so they can bless the land, so they can use those ashes and things to be able to anoint the land, so that they can put the temple where they need it to be. And if you go look at a lot, especially the Orthodox Jews today, they do believe that the Messiah is already there. They believe he's just waiting to be revealing himself, and they believe it's like going to be any time now. So it's quite interesting.
That's a stretch, though. That just reminded me of like Jericho. Like, didn't the Levitican order actually blow like the trumpets when they marched on the war?
Do you know the story of why Jericho's walls fell, though?
Yeah, I've heard different interpretations of it too.
No, the Bible. What the Bible says.
Bible
not what
version,
your
yeah.
Interpretations.
Like they said, some people say it was somatics, and they brought down the walls with their horns. And I don't know.
What happened is it was the land that was promised to them.
Yeah.
Okay, and nobody could penetrate those walls, the walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
So what God commanded them to do is to march around the walls 7 times for 7 days. They didn't say a word. It was dead quiet. They just marched around.
Yeah.
Then the 7th day, they had to blow their trumpets while they walked around, and the walls came crashing down.
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to go into the wall of Jericho, because when the armies of Jericho saw this happening, they fled.
Don't blame them.
Did they find any evidence? I think they did find some evidence of Jericho's walls, didn't they?
I don't know.
I'll look that up.
But yeah, it's that's what the walls of Jericho were about. God keeping a promise, a covenant. as he usually does. That's why when he says he makes an everlasting covenant with the Israelites, it's not one that can be taken away. Okay, so let's get on to some nitty gritty stuff. Ooh. Because people keep saying the Talmud is so bad against Christians. Hey, Luca, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hello.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you too.
I take it you've never read parts of the Talmud before?
No.
So you have you ever heard of the Talmud though?
I think I've heard of Jericho. Maybe.
Yeah.
What?
Although it might be a different Jericho.
There's only one Jericho, dude. And they did find archaeological evidence in 1997 concerning the walls of Jericho, from what I got.
Is it Ron Wyatt?
Okay. So the argument I usually get though, guys, is the Talmud says Jesus is burning in hell in excrement of oil, stuff like that. And then I ask people usually like this, lifting up the veil because he makes these claims. Bring me the reference where in the Talmud where it says this. You know what I mean? And I've noticed he hasn't brought it to me. But there is usually references given to where they want to try and mention it. Like, for instance, in the Babylonian Talmud, in the Sanhedrin 43a, it describes an execution of a man named Yeshu on the eve of Passover. Okay? He was accused of sorcery and leading an Israel astray. Now I want to ask you a question. Was Jesus' name Yeshu?
No, Yeshua.
Exactly. It wasn't Yeshu. By the way, in that time of Jesus, there were many people with the name Yeshu.
And he wasn't accused of sorcery. That's for sure. It was blasphemy.
Yeah, exactly. Blasphemy. Now, when we look at Sanhedrin 107b and Satar 47a, it says Yeshu was leading people to idolatry through sorcery.
I don't remember that in the Bible.
Nope.
So can anybody tell me how Jesus was doing sorcery when he literally was against sorcery?
Right. 100%.
And his name was not Yesu. Quite interesting.
Sounds like
Also,
conflating.
Sorry?
It's like they were conflating the two, but yeah.
I also want to point out in Sanhedrin 43a, it states that this Yesu had 5 followers. How many disciples did Jesus have again?
12. He had 5 followers. Right, okay. So not as charismatic as Jesus then.
Exactly. And if we look at Shabbat 104b in the Sanhedrin 67a, it's the rabbis are mocking the lineage of this guy and saying he's a son of a Roman soldier named Pandera. Now, was Jesus the son of a Roman soldier?
Certainly wasn't. Certainly wasn't.
It's quite interesting.
He was the son of a carpenter, from what I remember. Yeah.
Who was his father?
Joseph, maybe?
Joseph. Yeah. And the mother? Mary.
Mary.
But was Joseph his biological father? No.
There is no biological father.
Exactly. So I'm just trying to point this out because these are the things the references that are usually brought up to me about telling me, oh, the Talmud, they're so bad against Jesus. They just want him dead and they're saying he's burning in excrement in hell and you can't support these people. It just shows that people don't actually have any knowledge on the things they're trying to talk. They hear things from someone on the internet and they parrot it.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to make you guys understand that there's more to a story than that what you're trying to say. There's more to it. Okay? I'm not defending the Talmud. I'm just giving you the facts of what the Talmud's saying. Okay? And what it is about. So, if we look at Gittin 57a, it describes this Yesu fella in Gehinnom. That would be hell. Punished in boiling excrement, as they would put it.
Oof.
And his
Sounds like fun.
followers were condemned as heretics.
Yes, Charles, exactly, bro. Exactly.
Exactly. But this is the problem, Charles. This is why everybody that brings up the Talmud, I tell them, come bring me these references. Let's go through it together. Let's do it. Come, let's talk about it. And I haven't had one, not one, I mean, not one, has ever come to me and said, okay, let's go through the Talmud together. Let's go through these references and see what it really says.
No,
Not one of them have even been trying to tell me what the Talmud actually is.
no.
All they can tell me is, oh, the Talmud says this. The Jews
Yeah.
follow the Talmud.
Yeah, because a guy that made a video on YouTube told them that he read this thing that said this thing, and they believe a guy that read a that made a video that said he read this thing, and this is his interpretation of it. And these people just believe what this guy said. Yes, we all use videos, but you check what if you're not, especially if you're not sure, you check what the facts of it, if it's facts or not, should I say? You know.
Yeah. They don't do their own research, PJ. That's the problem.
Right.
They're taking other people's word for it.
Right.
Yeah. So if I read Sanhedrin 43a, it says, on the eve of Passover, they hanged Yeshu. Was Jesus hanged or was he crucified on a cross?
Oof. Well, I
Wow.
think that's widely known that he was crucified.
So he wasn't hanged.
No.
Okay.
He had a Roman death. That's why he was crucified.
Uh-huh. And the herald went before him for 40 days, saying he is going to be stoned because he has practiced sorcery and enticed and led Israel astray. Anyone knows anything in his favor, let him come and state it. But they found nothing in his favor, and they hanged him on the eve of Passover. Huh.
How
So-
would you define hang?
Well, they put a rope around your neck usually,
News,
man.
they literally
Not.
hang them.
I
When
mean,
you're
hanging someone is also suspending someone, right?
No. Well, if you're on a cross, you're not hanging, are you? You're nailed to it.
Nailed. Jesus was nailed to a cross, Luca. That's the difference. He wasn't
You're
hung.
actually supporting your
yeah.
weight. You're supporting your weight with your
You're
leg.
hanging from the cross.
No,
You're
you're
not.
nailed to
He's
it.
nailed
but
to
you're
a
also
cross.
He's
hanging.
nailed to it, Luca, and you're actually using your own power, your muscles, whatever you've got left, to keep yourself from suffocating. You're nailed to it.
Hmm.
I think Lucas stretching. But there's a lot of evidence like he didn't have 5 followers. There's tons more, man. So
If it's
to say
said,
Yeah,
that-
what I'm trying to point out, people are trying to say this Yesu guy in the Talmud is Jesus.
yeah,
But none of the facts in the Talmud about this Yesu fella fits with Jesus. Understand? So they see Yesu and they claim it's Jesus. Even if you
Different
look at the Hebrew and Aramaic, the spelling is different. It's not even the same spelling. It's a different person.
and there's no, there's a very, very, very loose correlation that's rubbed onto that tiny bit of thread, tiny, that's just ready to snap. I didn't know it said this. Wow.
But let's see a Shabbat 104b and Sanhedrin 67a. It is said of Rabbi Elazar, a certain heretic said to him, was not the son of Stada one who brought magic from Egypt by scratching it on his flesh? He replied, he was a fool. The son of Stada was the son of Pandera. His mother was Miriam, the woman's hairdresser. So, let's take out this. Did Jesus come from Egypt? No. Jesus
No,
never
went
even
there
went
when
to
he was
Egypt.
younger. Yeah. He was in Egypt for a little while, right? They fled to Egypt
When
Herod came for when he was a child.
Bethlehem.
Yeah, Bethlehem. I thought he fled to Egypt though. Joseph and Mary.
Yeah, but he didn't come from Egypt.
No, he's
No, he
not
didn't.
from Egypt. No,
And he wasn't born in Egypt.
no.
No.
Mary fled. Mary and Joseph fled. He was still in Mary's stomach. So he didn't come from Egypt. He didn't flee anywhere. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. So I'm
But
going to go with
but they're saying he brought magic from Egypt, scratching it on his flesh. How is a baby in a womb going to do this?
That'd be hard to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he fled to Egypt and he lived in Egypt till after Herod died.
And also to understand that this was the son of Stada, which was again a son of a Roman soldier. Again, Jesus didn't come from a Roman soldier.
No, certainly not.
And this is the people's favorite one. Get in 57a. Yeshu is in Gehinnom, being punished in boiling excrement. Okay, great. Now, how do you know that's Jesus?
Not the same name, is it? No.
No.
I don't know where you get that.
Wow.
People
So
reaching for straws, dude. That's what it sounds
So
like.
the only thing I wanted to point out is people should stop saying things without actually looking it up themselves and actually reading it and going through the things and understanding really what it's about.
Have you had any Jewish people saying that about Jesus, that he's actually being burned in excrement? I haven't.
No,
I know many Jewish people, but the ones that do,
Some of the Jews I've spoken to have said they believe Jesus was crucified for blasphemy. They believe Jesus existed.
Yeah.
And they believe he was crucified for blasphemy. That was it. Not what the Talmud, what the people are trying to place as the Talmud is this Yeshu fella doing sorcery and things.
Right.
Even if we read through the Bible, what does the Bible specifically say were Jesus' charges? Why he was crucified? Blasphemy.
Yeah.
Not sorcery.
Well, Norman says the whole point is that the Jews believe it is Jesus. Maybe some of them do, but I wouldn't say they all do, surely. You
the
have
worst I've heard them say about.
There is like fake type Jews. There is fake because you get sects all over, sects, not sex, sects all over the place, don't you? Like people might call themselves Christians, but what they're doing is absolutely evil. That type of thing. So you're bound to get that within Judaism as well.
Yeah. Well, the worst I've heard him say about Jews have said about Jesus is he's not their Messiah.
Yeah, exactly. I think obviously they think it's justified that he got what he got, but I haven't heard the boiling and excrement thing. I've had people saying this, but I haven't heard it. Admittedly, I don't know many Jews, but the ones I have spoken to, I've never kind of said anything like that.
The Jewish people I know personally, they're not even Orthodox for that matter. So they don't even have an opinion in the matter. They don't care.
But Charles, that's exactly what I think too. Because if we look at the timelines from when the Talmuds were finalized, like I said, Jerusalem Talmud was finalized between 350 to 400 AD. Okay, that's after Jesus' time.
No, Luca, you can't say he was hung on a cross.
And the Babylonian Talmud was finalized around 500 to 600 AD. That was when Islam started coming about. Very interesting. And I also want to point out, when they were talking about this Yesu fella and being the son of this guy and everything, there's an actual record of that guy living about 100 years before Jesus even existed. Before Jesus was born.
Yeah.
So it's in reference to a total different guy named Yesu.
Luca, if it meant hung, it would say hung.
Jesus was nailed to a cross. He was crucified. Roman crucifixion is literally based with nails, Luca. It's got
Yes.
nothing to do with hanging.
No, hanging
Well, there's
is
a lot of
fine.
people
Who
that
knows
make
that
the reference.
hanging is from the neck, not from the hands and feet, from the neck.
Norman,
Suspended is
not
different from
everybody
hanging.
rejects crucifixion as Jews. Where do you get that? That's not true. They reject that Jesus was the Messiah. They don't reject the crucifixion. They accept that Jesus was crucified for blasphemy.
I'm just trying
Just
to
a
figure
bit of
that out.
logic for Luca. If he was hanging, they wouldn't need to. Right? No, sorry. If people on the cross were hanging, they wouldn't need to break their legs to suffocate them to make them die quicker. If they were already hanging or suspended, as you say, they break their legs so they can't hold their weight. You know, it's hanging. What people know when you talk about hanging, it's from the neck. Lucas,
Well,
stop trying to
when
make arguments out of nothing.
when I was growing up, people say, "Oh, they hung Jesus on a cross." They said it a lot. That's the terminology they use. The people take that like, "Oh, they hung him on a cross,"
That's stupid. That's
or he
stupid.
hung from the cross. Yeah.
Stupid.
Good. Okay. I want to quickly show you guys something. So people understand what the Talmud's really going about. Because it's about the laws. I don't know if you guys can see this on screen.
Mhm.
Must I make it bigger? Maybe.
It might help a little bit. There you go.
Okay, you see you can choose the Jerusalem or the Babylonian. Okay. Now these are based on the laws. It gives you Shabbat. Creative work prohibited on Shabbat and the laws of preserve the sanctuary of the day. It goes and it tells you Yom Kippur. It says about the holiday laws governing which objects can be used, how food is prepared, and all that. It's literally just the laws. Gittin. This is one of the things you were mentioning. Laws relating to divorce, focusing on the bill of divorce, and its delivery. Okay. So when we go look at, I'm trying to get my reference quickly from my notes.
Well, according to law, though, I mean, the original law, divorce was not allowed. I think they adopted that in later, didn't they?
Gittin 57a. Sorry.
Well, like according to the law itself, the Old Testament law, once you marry, you're supposed to live with your spouse for the rest of your days, right? In the original law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this Gittin 57a. This is the one talking about Yesu boiling in excrement. Now remember, guys, we were talking about what this is about. What is Gittin about? It's about the law of divorce, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. But look what this is doing. That which decreed himself, as he undergoes the following, every day his ashes are gathered, and they judge him, and they burn him, and they scatter him over the seven seas. Enchlos then went and raised Balaam from the grave through necromancy. He said to him, who is most important in the world where you are now? Balaam said to him, the Jewish people. Enchlos asked him, should I then attach myself to them here in the world? Balaam said to him, you shall not seek their peace or their welfare all these days. Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. So you see, because it always references to the time, to what the Old Testament would be saying. So Enchlos said to him, what is the punishment of that man? An euphemism for Balaam himself in the next world. Balaam said to him, he is cooked in boiling semen, as he is caused Israel to engage in licentious behavior with the daughters of Moab. Enchlos then went and raised Jesus the Nazarene from the grave through the necromancy. Jesus wasn't raised of Nazarene, was he?
Hey guys, I'm back. Just letting you know.
Hey, Jaden, what's up?
He did.
So yeah, Jesus is mentioned, but it's also Yeshu written in this thing. Okay.
Okay.
But I want to ask you guys, who's supposed to be burning in excrement? Jesus, who was raised through necromancy, or the guy that this Ocklam and Unclis guys?
Yeah, that's two, right there. Yeah.
Quite weird.
Yeah.
Who is the most in that world where you are now? Yesu said to him, the Jewish people, Enkel said to him, should I then attach myself to them in this world? Jesus said to him, their welfare you shall seek, their misfortune you shall seek. For everyone who touches them is regarded as if they were touching the apple of his eye.
Yeah, Zechariah.
Yeah. Uncle said to him, what is the punishment of the man of humanism for Jesus himself in the next world? Jesus said to him, he is punished with boiling excrement. As the master said, anyone who mocks the words of the sages will be sentenced to boiling excrement. And this was his sin. As he is mocked to the words of the sages, the Gemara comments, come and see if the difference between the sinners of Israel and the prophets of the nations of the world. As Balaam, who was a prophet, wished Israel harm, whereas Jesus the Nazarene, who was a Jewish sinner, sought their well-being. So this Jesus guy they're saying, which is Yeshu, because this is just a translation, sought after their well-being. That's weird.
So they say he's burning an excrement. It doesn't say that at all.
No. And they were saying they were asking Jesus, this Jesus guy or Yeshua, whatever. He said to be boiling in excrement. So what the point I'm making is that people say, oh, well, it says Jesus is burning in excrement. No, it's not saying Jesus boiling excrement. That's what they asked this Jesus guy. And I want to point out also the translations in the Talmud were changed in the Middle Ages, by the way, because it was very controversial. So the Christian authorities accused the Jews of blasphemy and they're leading to public burnings of the Talmud. So they argued the passages and they referred to figures of Yeshua, and historically Christians and many Jewish scholars recognize them as aimed at Jesus of Nazareth. So they changed it to Jesus of Nazareth because they were claimed it was aimed at him. Just to let you know. So that's why the translation in English says Jesus of Nazareth. Okay. Okay, we read that. So it says, to conclude the story of Kamsa and Bar Kamsa and the destruction of Jerusalem, the Gemara cities at Baraita, it is taught, Rabbi Elazar says, come and see how great is the power of shame, for the Holy One, blessed be he, assisted by Kamsa, who had been humiliated, and due to his humiliation and shame, he destroyed his temple and burnt his sanctuary. It's previously mentioned in 55b that the place known as the King's Mountain, Turmalka, was destroyed on account of a rooster and a hen. The details of this happened as follows. It was customary in that place that when they would lead a bride and groom to their wedding, they would take out a rooster and hen before them, as if to say, in the manner of a good omen, be fruitful and multiply like chickens. One day a troop Gunda of Roman soldiers passed by there while a wedding was taking place and took the rooster and hen from them. The residents of the city fell upon them and beat them. The soldiers came and said to the emperor, the Jews have rebelled against you. The emperor then came against them in war. Among the residents of the King Mountains, there was a certain man named Bardaroma, who could jump in a distance of a mile, and he killed many of the Romans, who were powerless to stand up against him. The emperor then took his crown and set it on the ground as a sign of mourning. He said, Master of the universe, if it is pleasing to you, I do not give over that man the euphemism for himself, and his kingdom unto the hands of the Holy One. You see, so it's literally just storytelling. It's commentary. It's commentating between rabbis and debates on what should happen. Nobody is saying Jesus is burning in excrement. Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
So I would love. Yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say this definitely isn't a biblical story at all. This isn't.
No, it's the Talmud. It's literally just commentaries based on rabbis' teachings. And like I said, this is 500 to 600 AD. Okay, that's a long time after Jesus lived.
So do all Jews believe this?
No.
No. Well, Norman's saying that he thinks that all Jews believe it.
No. Not all Jews believe it.
Well, that's what I thought. I would be in a select few, surely, obviously, like there is in any religion. There's bad button, there's a bad lot, there's bad apples in every cart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think it's mostly like the old Sadducees and Pharisees. Their lineage lines actually are the ones who wrote this. These are the people that believe this stuff for the most part.
Mm. Oh, that's cold. I need another coffee. Later, Luca. Good
Bye,
to see you.
Later.
Cheers, Luca. Thanks
Bye.
for coming, man. Okay, so a summary of it. Okay, Yeshu in different persons in a different era. Okay, that's it, Yeshu guy. Chronological mismatch makes it impossible in some cases to be Jesus. The nicknames is Ben Sada or Ben Bentera, which refers to a generic heretic, which is a Roman soldier which lived 100 years before Jesus even lived. Okay, so it's a bit difficult to be the father of Jesus when it's 100 years before him. It's also the context of these were polemics, so it's not reliable history. And Christian accusations exaggerated what it actually said. You guys would agree?
Yeah, it's kind of like folklore. People will exaggerate it. Oh, he was 30 foot tall, burned for 30 days, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not historically correct at all.
But yeah, if you look at the name Yeshu, which shows in the Talmud, and you look at the word Jesus, which is Yeshua, it's spelled totally different. It's not the same.
I mean, the whole storyline's different. You know, the whole background is different. The whole what happened was different. You know,
Different
So
story.
if we,
there's a loose correlation. There's a very loose correlation. That's it, and it's just
so if we look at, for instance, the type of Jews, what their views on the Talmud, the Orthodox and ultra-Orthodox Jews, they regard the Talmud as authoritative alongside the written Torah. Okay. So their common phrase is, without the oral law, the written law cannot be understood. Where we look at conservative Jews, they respect the Talmud and study it, but they see it more as a historical tradition rather than binding divine law. They might also adapt and reinterpret the rulings of modern day life. Then you get the Reform and liberal Jews. They generally do not see the Talmud as binding. They view it as important cultural and religious text, but not authoritative over their daily practice. The Karaite Jews, it is a very small minority. They reject the Talmud entirely and only follow the written Torah. They argue the oral law was a later invention by rabbis.
Which it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So no, not all Jews accept the Torah, especially in the way that they want to portray it as accepted.
Well, according to Norman here, yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. So I just thought I needed to present some of that about the Talmud, because people don't seem to really know anything about the Talmud, but they have a big mouth about it. So next time someone tells you, the Talmud is saying Jesus is burning with excrement in hell. No, it's not saying that.
Does the Torah?
Balaam asked Yeshu, which is not even Jesus. They just call it the pronunciation now Jesus of Nazareth, because thanks to the medieval times when they said it was too close to Jesus' resemblance, so they changed the translation to that. Anyway, Balaam was asking this Yeshu fella, what is the core? What is the how can I say it? What is the punishment in sin for the next life because of this? And that Yeshu guy, what they say, Jesus Nazareth, answered him and said, according to the scriptures, this is what would happen. That's it. And what was Gittin about again, guys? What was the law specific Gittin about? Divorce and focusing on the laws relating to divorce.
So is there anything about creation in the Talmud? Anything on Genesis at all?
Well,
Yeah, well, it's
that'll
of
be in the
course.
Pentateuch, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, did they make any? Oh, sorry.
Surely they would have. Surely they must have. I just
Yeah.
said so, surely.
No, but remember, it's based in the Tanakh, and the Tanakh is Genesis.
Yeah.
Genesis is
Oh.
part of the Tanakh, so it will. I mean, remember, they have to take everything. I mean, you're going to get Midrash. The Midrash usually talks about the majesty of the Creator, or the how about the Shabbat's unique place in creation? Mishnah to the 10 utterance of creation. Let's go to the Mishnah.
Okay.
Okay. Perkei Avot 5:1. When 10 utterances the world was created. And what does this teach? For surely it could have been created with one utterance. But this was so in order to punish the wicked who destroy the world that was created with 10 utterances, and to give a good reward to the righteous who maintain the world that was created with 10 utterances. There were 10 generations from Adam to Noah, in order to make known what long suffering in his for all those generations keep on provoking him, until he brought upon them the waters of the flood. There were 10 generations from Noah to Abraham, in order to make them known what long suffering in is his for all those generations keep on provoking him, until Abraham, and receive the reward of all of them. With 10 trials was Abraham our father, maybe he rest in peace, tried, and he withstood them all, to make known how great was all the love of Abraham our father, peace be upon him. Now you guys know why the Muslims keep saying peace be upon Muhammad. They took this as well, this kind of a tradition, because you always hear them saying peace be upon Muhammad after they say something. It's the same thing. 10 miracles were thought through the ancestors of Egypt, and 10 at the sea. 10 plagues did the Holy One, blessed be he, bring upon the Egyptians in Egypt, and 10 at the sea. With 10 trials did our ancestor try God, blessed be he in the wilderness, as it is said. And they have tried to me these 10 times, and they have not listened to my voice. 10 wonders were wrought through the ancestors in the temple. No woman miscarried from the odor of the sacred flesh. The sacred flesh became putrid. Never became putrid. No fly was ever seen in the slaughterhouse. No emission occurred to the high priest of the Day of Atonement. The rains did not extinguish the fire of the woodpile. The wind did not prevail against the column of smoke. No defect was found in the Omar and in the other 2 loaves, or in the showbread. The people stood pressed together, yet bowed down and had room enough. Never did a serpent or a scorpion harm anyone in Jerusalem. And no man said to his fellow, the place is too congested for me to lodge overnight in Jerusalem. Anyway, it can go on, but
This is like an oral history. That's all it is. What it sounds.
yeah, it's just discussions. It's like I said, it's literally just a discussion commentary book. It's based on a whole bunch of rabbis throughout many, many years having debates, having interpretations and discussions on what the law was based on the Tanakh. There we go. That's it. Yep,
Yeah,
the
the
wicked
wicked
does
normally do
destroy
that.
the earth, though, Thomas, so I can agree with that.
Yeah.
So, I just think I just needed to point that out, because unfortunately I'm getting attacked constantly because of the Talmud, and that I don't even support. The Talmud has absolutely nothing to do with me. I support Israel because they're God's chosen people, as the Bible says. And the people that usually bring this argument up, well, the Talmud is saying Jesus should burn it. No, the Talmud doesn't say that. It's just you guys never read it yourself. You don't actually do research on anything. You just listen to someone parrot anti-Semitic rubbish and accept it. So sorry I have to unfortunately bring this to you guys. The truth hurts. Okay? If you want truth, go read the Bible. That's all I'm going to say. Don't trust what man says. Trust what the Bible says, because that's God's inspired word.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead, Roger.
Right.
You were saying?
No, I wasn't saying anything myself. I just dropped something.
Oh, okay. why don't I see? I see someone commenting here.
If you want to take a look at Jericho and this archaeological stuff, I'll put a link for a video on it in the back chat.
Oh yeah, we're saying about Jericho. Let's see. It was inside, yeah. Put it again, because now I can't zoom. I can't
Okay, I'll grab it.
go up or anything. I think tonight is going to be the last night we can use Restream though for this. From tomorrow, I'm probably going to use OBS because I canceled the subscription.
Right. Oh, is it a year already?
Yeah.
So would you just have it like in Discord, I guess? Would that be?
I can still have you guys on Restream, but I was thinking I might, because I'm going to use OBS and I can maybe use StreamYard or something. We're going to see what's going to work the best because people struggle with Restream for some odd reason. I don't know why.
You know, a lot of people
Also,
actually
people-
do. I've actually had 2 or 3 people, even like new people that haven't even come to my channel. They'll join in like, "Hey, bro, I just found your live stream, but Restream doesn't really work on my phone, so I'm only in for 30 seconds because it's about to kick me out," and they just leave. And I'm like, "Dang it!" Yeah, I've had a few people say that actually. Sandra,
It used
one
to
of
be all right. It used to be all right when we used Element with OBS, but I can't get an Element anymore. So
Element's been having problems anyways, man. It's been hard.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, I stopped using it as much. I only used it in the end for putting my own links in my room, my YouTube Rumble room. It's probably lying there abandoned. I don't know if people still chatting there.
I haven't seen it.
Yes, if anybody wants to have a discussion on this, you disagree with me, more than happy to come and tell me how you disagree. You agree, it'll be great. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's discussion time, guys. Come in and have
And the
a discussion.
Bible should not be conflated with politics, no matter what you do.
I agree.
100%, Roger. Yeah, we saw that earlier in the stream that I did. And I think
should have
a
stayed in
lot of
longer.
people. A lot of people. Yeah, I mean, you just can't conflate it.
No.
I could explain it further, but it's just the best way to put it.
It's like mixing oil and water.
And I just want to point out, guys, that Megillat Tanat, okay, that's about the second temple, which is a part of, in there. The book of Jubilees is in there. Quite interesting.
Yeah, I heard it said, didn't we look at it, PJ, the other day, and it was like Jubilees kind of shed more light on Genesis. That's why they got rid of it.
I do want to make a point kind of off topic. I mean, it's on topic, but not this specific topic, about the rabbis and things. I don't know exactly the context in the Talmud, right? But when they're reading it and they're talking about it, like, they mention it as Jesus. Like, that in their minds, they know it's that. Well, they think it's the Messiah. Well, I mean, our Messiah, obviously not theirs. And I'm not trying to say any hate towards them. Obviously, God willing, they'll change their minds and repent of that.
100%.
But
100%.
because you were going into the context, and it's like, well, this might not have even talking about Jesus. You said it was Yeshua, right? Yeshua, not Yeshua. Regardless, I still do think it, like, in the modern context, like, if they were to read from that, like, they would probably, like, clarify and be like, oh yeah, this is for the Christians. Like, and it is sick. It's awful. And I don't hate him for it, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
You see what Norman said over here?
Yeah, can you get it up
wants to-
now?
Yeah.
Because I mean, as Romans 11 say, like, I would say they, like, kind of are enemies of the gospel in a lot of ways, especially with things like that. When you see, on YouTube, a rabbi saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is what happened to Jesus," and I don't think there's any mistranslation when he's saying it. Like, I think it's awful. Yeah, it's pretty sad. So we should pray for these people for sure. I don't want to condemn them, but
Yeah, there's bad eggs in every religion. Like, there's bad sects in Christianity, there's the bad sects in Judaism, there's bad sects. Sects, I'm saying, not sex. It just sounds
well, like, honestly,
like,
truly, bro, it's all bad sex if it doesn't lead to Christ ultimately. Even if it's like a little bit less
Right.
bad than the other ones. Like, well, I do this, but I don't, I don't actually follow the Talmud. I just follow the Torah. Well, if you just follow the Torah, then you need to start following Jesus. Honestly, like at the end of the day, like I can't really sit here and
Everybody
say
needs
you're doing good no matter what you're doing if you're not following Jesus. Now you are
everybody
better
needs
off than
Jesus
the other
anyway.
Jews.
There's despite who
They're
yeah,
better
yeah,
off than the other Jews
But
that
I'm just
are,
saying, and everybody needs Jesus despite and
100%.
everybody needs Jesus.
Yeah.
Jews, Hindus, Buddhas, people that's into Jainism, anything.
We kind of went into this
anything.
yesterday, PJ. Like
Called-
God is the ultimate
Yeah,
God.
we
He's
did.
the God of gods. Like He's the only one. He's the creator of all things, and
Right.
that's just how it is. So,
Exactly.
and the
100%.
Jews need him just as much as anyone else needs him.
Absolutely.
Maybe even more so for them, because they think they already know him, and that's the kind of the sad part. I think there's a little bit of pride, especially even with Muslims and Judaism. Just having the sense of, I mean, I guess it's any belief. You think you already know, so being told you don't know is like really like, oh, what, really? You're saying I'm wrong, and now it's confrontation in a way.
Cool.
Okay, let's quickly read through Qurabat 11b. And I'm going to explain to Norman it's not actually saying what he thinks it says. But let me put it up. Defend men raping 3-year-old baby girls. No. Definitely not defending that, and that's not actually what it says. Just to let you know, that's a misrepresentation. But let's read through it and I'll explain to you. And they are not subject to a claim concerning their virginity, since they were married, even if they did not engage in intercourse with their husband. Look at that. Not engage in intercourse with their husband. Just have to play that out too, okay? Their presumptive status is that of a non-virgins, and the second husband cannot claim that he has misled with regard of their status as virgin. And similarly, with regard to a female convert or a captive woman or a maidservant who were ransomed with regard to the captive, or who converted with regard to the converts, who were freed with regard to the maidservant, when she was more than 3 years and 1 day old. For all of these, their marriage contract is 100 denarii, and they are not subject to a claim concerning their virginity. When they married, their presumptive status was that of a non-virgin. Get it? It has nothing to do with you can sleep with the 3-year-old. It is a marriage contract. Presumptive of a non-virgin. That's it. It has got nothing to do with raping 3-year-olds or sleeping with 3-year-olds or having intercourse with them. Let's go back. What does it say here? The presumptive status is that of non-virgins do not engage in intercourse. Now you have to understand, in Jewish law, especially in those days, they have pre-marriage negotiations. So they already have set marriages. Okay? So they would marry off their daughter to someone. Just like Mary was married off to Joseph. Do you know how old Joseph was compared to Mary, by the way? Didn't have any intercourse. Because that was not the relationship of their marriage. Just like what it's explaining here. It's explaining the law between even a 3-year-old who was given unto marriage to someone. It's got nothing to do with intercourse. So again, it's taken down as misrepresentation. Okay? So let's get on. Gemara Rav Yehuda said that Rav said, a minor boy who engaged in intercourse, it's a minor boy, with an adult woman renders her as one whose hymen was ruptured by wood, as the act is not considered full-fledged intercourse. Rav Yehuda continues, when I said the statement before Shmuel, he said to me, a woman does not achieve the status of the one whose hymen was ruptured by wood by means of flesh, i.e. intercourse. Okay? Remember, this is like explaining all the different interpretations of what the law states in if a incident happens somewhere. How can I explain this down? We're going to get there, Norman. What happens is I'm trying to think how I can explain this in a modern type of way. You guys understand there's law, okay? There's law in the land.
Yes, there is.
Let's say there's consequences for murdering someone or raping someone, correct? Now, there are laws that say this would be the judgment for this certain act. You guys understand that? That is what's going on here. So, when they say about someone at 3 years old getting raped or whatever, they are saying this is what happens due to the law. Not saying this is happening, not saying this should happen, not saying everybody's saying it's supposed to be good. It's saying based on the scenario, this is what the law says. Norman, that's
So
why it's
there's
a
punishment
misrepresentation.
for it. What you're saying, right? There's
A bit like what Leviticus takes you through. It tells you all the laws, what happens for this, what happens for that, what you have to do
Exactly.
to recompense, all that kind of stuff.
I just don't understand how people don't understand. The Talmud is literally just a discussion between rabbis on what the law says compared to situations that they follow based on the Tanakh. Remember, in those days, if they went and they plundered a place, okay, they were always left with women and children because most of the time the males would die in battle. Okay, so they would take on concubines, they would take on slaves, for instance, and they would have them as married onto someone, and they would take them as a wife or whatever. Now, do you think there was no things that happened like people having intercourse? No, of course there was. It's just how things are. I mean, people are still human. People sin. People do things. Now, the commentaries on this is trying to explain, based on this scenario, what does the law, the Jewish law, speak of, and what are the consequences, and what are the ways to address it. It's a discussion between rabbis. It's no one saying, hey guys, it's okay to go and rape a 3-year-old girl, because that's not what it's saying. It's a misrepresentation. Okay?
well, according to Norman here, it says nothing will happen to an adult man if you.
Yeah, but all it's saying is it's providing insight to the legal framework, which is governing the marriage in the Jewish tradition. That's all. Okay? So it emphasizes the protection and rights within a woman in their marriage and their relationship with her. What's the marital relationship?
All right, so now you're lying. Now you're lying. Norman, stop being a numpty. You're saying Flats is intentionally lying to you. Is that what you're saying?
That's what he's saying.
Right.
Do you know what a kutaba is, Norman?
Stop being a
Norman,
dick.
do you know what a kutaba is? But you see, that's all they have. When they don't want to accept facts, what it's actually about, they just say, I'm lying.
I'm just wondering where it says what he's saying too. I haven't heard that yet.
I want to know, does he know what a ketubah is? Does he?
He's not
It's
saying anything.
literally a marriage contract. So all that the ketubot is explaining is the marriage contract. So it outlines the obligations, okay, of the husband's obligations to his wife, including financial support and protection. Even in the cases where his wife is a virgin, okay? So it gives certain prices for when they're a virgin and not a virgin. It gives different prices for what they should financially support them. Okay? It also gives status of a woman in marriage. So it's just discussing the different scenarios based on if they were raped, if they were not raped, if they were married, if they were not married, if they were taken a slave, if they're not taken a slave, if they were a virgin, if they're not a virgin. You understand? If they were captive, not captive, if they were a maidservant or not a maidservant. It's literally just taking all the different steps on all the different scenarios and explaining the legal protections and prosecution due to those scenarios. Now, you get people like Norman who doesn't understand. They're discussing different scenarios and are saying, well, It means you're saying it's okay, you can rape a 3-year-old. It's not what it's saying.
He's still screaming, "Scroll down, Flats."
I know. I mean, Norman, come on, you're usually all right, but you call Flats a liar, then you expect him. You've given him no incentive to do what you're asking. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. You just called him a liar.
Okay, look here. This is what he's talking about. Rav Yasha raised an objection. Who's Rav Yasha? He is a rabbi. Raised an objection to the opinion of Rav from the Mishnah. So these are two different rabbis having a disagreement, correct?
Sounds like it.
Okay, and look at this is
tell
the
you what.
scenario brought up. With regard to an adult man who engaged in intercourse with a minor girl less than 3 years old, or a minor boy less than 3 years old who engaged in intercourse with an adult woman. You see the different scenarios given there. Or a woman who had her hymen ruptured by wood or any other foreign object. The marriage contract for each of these women is 200 dinars. What did I just say? What it's telling us about, guys? Because what is it about? It's about the protection and the financial burden, obligation that the husband will have to give to the woman.
Tell you what, you can go.
Wow. By Norman, I don't say they're allowed to rape anybody. And this book doesn't say they're allowed to rape anybody either. You just don't have a clue what it's been said. Okay, so anyway. This is the statement of Rabbi Meir. And the rabbis say the marriage contract of a woman whose hymen was ruptured by wood is 100 denaries. Do you see what's been talking about? Yeah, they're talking about the pricing. They're talking about the protection value of a certain scenario, of an obligation between a husband and a woman, his wife. Okay? Contrary to Rav's opinion, the rabbis distinguished between the halakha in the case of intercourse of a minor boy and the halakha in the case of a woman whose hymen was ruptured by wood. You see, they're distinguishing two different scenarios. Rava said that it is what the Mishnah is saying. An adult man who engaged in intercourse with a minor girl less than 3 years old has done nothing, as intercourse with a girl less than 3 years old is tantamount to poking a finger into the eye. Now, guys, who said that? A rabbi. His opinion. Get it? It's commentary and a debate between rabbis.
Yeah, who's saying people? Everybody believes it.
I'm confused. Why does this debate need to be recorded in the first
Because
place?
that's what the Talmud's about. It's about a whole bunch of hundreds of years where rabbis had debates.
I don't know. We don't support it. I
concerning
don't
law.
support what it says.
Yeah, but it's just
No.
concerning law and interpretations on how they would with every scenario they would go with it based on the law of the time. Understand? So it's just a
Wait,
law
so,
book. It's literally a commentary
based on
law
the
book.
law of the time. So
Yeah,
wait, which law? God's law or the
the
current
Jewish
law
law,
of the current
the
government?
Jewish law of that time.
The Jewish law of that time.
Yeah, because the Jewish law is not the same today as it was that time, was it? I mean, today you don't conquer places and take slaves and concubines.
Depends who you're talking to.
Who do you know that takes slaves and concubines by going and how can I say, conquering a land?
Maybe the Muslims, I don't know.
Besides Islam, I know that's what comes to mind too, but they don't do that just through taking land, though.
I feel like some rabbis
Oh,
probably
really?
would do
They
it
don't do that
secretly,
through
dude.
taking land?
I
Interesting.
wouldn't be surprised if the Jews did it, but they're not going to come out openly, or you're not going to see it anywhere. But
the thing is, with Islam, they don't need to take land to do it. They just have what they call grooming gangs.
I don't defend it, that's for sure, because I don't even know the book.
I mean,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
defend the
defend it
Talmud
either.
at all, dude. Jesus
No,
rebuked
me
the Talmud
neither.
through
I'm
and
just
through, so.
Nobody's
I
defending.
wish the people would understand what I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to give them facts about it and to get them out of ignorance. I am not defending the damn Talmud. I'm just giving you facts on what the Talmud is about and what the book is.
Wait, you read all of it?
No,
No.
it'll take me damn
Who
like
is this?
13, 15 years to read through it. You know how much books there are?
Okay, so how do you know that there's not like a mixed bag of shit in there? Not just about this one scenario that you're talking about. These discussions is one thing, but does it not say other things? How
It
do you know
says a
it's not a
lot of
mixed
things.
bag?
Yeah, the Talmud's bad, dude. I mean, Jesus rebuked a lot of the Talmud, like especially the
Yeah.
Babylonian one.
The problem, but that's the thing.
He's saying it's only
The
this,
Talmud
it's only
wasn't
commentary, it's
finalized
only
until
debates
the
and
Talmud wasn't only
commentaries.
finalized until way after Jesus' death, though.
Well, unfortunately, even the conception of the Talmud wasn't. I
Mhm.
wouldn't say it was by the grace of God. So
Yeah, no, I
even
agree.
before its completion, it was corrupted. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't even finished yet in Jesus' time, apparently, and they still got it wrong.
I'm
And
not giving my
as far as I'm
interpretation.
aware, all of the corrections Jesus gave them to possibly finish their Talmud and correct it, they didn't correct it. So
But you understand my point, though, right? Just because this is talking about a commentary, so on and so forth, it doesn't mean that's all that's all the Talmud's about. I mean, like,
It
think
is
of it this way:
literally that's what the Talmud's about.
the Bible's prophecy, its stories,
Yes,
its
but the Bible and the Talmud's two different
songs.
things, though. This is the
I,
Talmud's not the Bible.
I didn't say the Talmud's the Bible.
Well, why are you then trying to equate it to the Bible, though?
I'm trying to tell you that it's not all that there is when you're saying that it's just commentary and debates.
It is. It's laws and
But
debates between
Did you read
rabbis
the
and
whole thing?
commentary. That's literally what the Talmud is about. Go ask any rabbi you want to, any Christian theologist who studied this topic, me included. I've actually looked into this topic for a long time.
And Norman,
Yeah,
who's
but I
slagging
asked you
you off?
before
Hold
this.
on a
You
minute.
said
Hold
you
on a minute.
didn't look
Hold
at
on a
all
I
of
minute.
can't
it,
read
so
the whole Talmud. Why will I read the whole Talmud?
because I
Norman,
want to
no,
know if
hold on a
it's
sec. Can I just say something to Norman? Who's slagging you off? You're the one calling people liars. Nobody's slagging you off. You're the one calling people. You're the one insulting. You're the one calling liars. Nobody's defending this.
Okay, I'm going to say this again. No one is reading filth or anything. You are misrepresenting what is said. I'm telling you, I do not support the Talmud. I'm telling you what you are saying the Talmud says is not true. It's a misrepresentation. This is based on a interpretation by a rabbi, or whatever his name is, a rabbi, and he is giving his statement on what the Mishnah is saying about the certain scenario. Do you understand? It's based on the Mishnah and what this guy is interpreting the Mishnah to say about this scenario. It's not
yeah,
saying someone
okay.
should go. It's not saying someone should go and rape a 3-year-old. It's okay. That's not what it's saying. It's literally saying Rava said that this is what the
You've already
Mishnah
made
is
your point on
saying.
this.
Sorry?
Are
You
you
already
wood,
made your
Mr.
point on
Jiggles?
this. You already made your point on this. My point is not about this. It's just about you're saying it's just debates and people's opinions on shit, right? And
It's
there's nothing
literally
more
what the
to it.
Talmud is. That is
Yeah,
what the
there's nothing
Talmud is.
more to the Talmud is, right? But I asked you if you read the entire thing. You said no. So I'm just saying, well, you're not getting the full picture. What if there
Oh
is
my
more
word.
to it
It's
than just that?
literally debate and commentary between rabbis.
I
That
mean,
is what the Talmud. It's a law book.
if I could
It's a
like,
law book. I don't need to read the whole Talmud to tell you it's a law book about commentary and debates between rabbis.
but it is somewhat legalistic. Like at least in the
It's a
time of
law book.
Christ,
It's
I
a
don't
law
know if
book.
they're doing this now, right?
No.
But in the time of Christ, like they were literally trying to stone Jesus because he wasn't following the
He
Talmud.
he was
So
against
it is a
blasphemy.
little bit more than just commentaries because if you don't follow it, you get stoned, at least in the past. So I
Yeah, but
see
that's the
both of your
thing.
sides of it.
But that Jaden, that's the thing. This Talmud is explaining based on
Yeah.
the law of the land, okay, in the interpretation of scenarios through what happened with the Tanakh.
Yeah, I get that. I understand. Like
So
I
it's
get. I'm
discussions.
just trying to
So
like.
it's literally just discussions between different rabbis.
I'm trying to get some agreement here. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? At least a little bit.
But you understand what I'm saying? He's saying because I haven't read the whole Talmud, so therefore I can't say what it's about. Total
Exactly.
nonsense.
No, that's not what I'm
That's
saying. That's
Well,
not
Sandra,
what I'm saying.
actually,
That is what you're saying.
I will. Okay, Norman brings up a good point
I'm
because
saying there might be other things in there. It's a mixed bag. It's not just one thing.
I've listened to a lot of sermons by it, and spent some hours digging into it. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be the Babylonian. I don't know how it works out or if it's been changed throughout the years. But yeah, the original story is Moses gave the 10 Commandments, and he also gave an unwritten Torah that was not meant to be written down and only orally
Oral.
translated, so that the Gentiles could not find salvation, because the only way to actually know would be to hear it from the priest, because it's through the mouth. And then over the years, it was written down as the Talmud, as they say it. So in that sense, and I don't know where that falls in, because I know a lot of this is actually commentary. But from that perspective, and I've heard it preached like that, and I've heard a lot of sermons on it about that, and that is a good point that he brings up.
Not every Jew's going to believe that. Not
Yeah, of course. I
everyone.
mean,
No.
most Jews don't even listen to the Talmud or even read
Exactly.
the Torah, or they would probably follow Jesus.
Exactly.
There's a lot of Jews in Israel that are atheists and
Yeah.
don't even think about God at all. But
Nobody's defending it anyway.
But in that
Yeah.
sense, I don't know, like, because there's got to be verses in the Quran about that or something. Like, because if it's
Yeah,
the
but they
unwritten
may-
Torah and they think it came from Moses, which came from God, then to them it's not just commentaries between rabbis. It's literally the word of God that was spoken to Moses, and then they wrote it down throughout the years, which is obviously heresy, and that's not true
Again,
at
it
all.
depends what sect
but-
of Judaism you come from. Like I said,
Yeah,
they have different beliefs based on the Talmud.
I'm just trying to
Some
elaborate a
only
little
follow
bit
the
more on it.
Jerusalem, some only follow the Babylonian, some don't follow them at all.
Yeah, I got to figure
Well,
out which one's the oral, but
I've got a question for you. Wouldn't you say that some of this bled into what you call the Quran today? The same
Yeah.
teachings, the oral teachings?
Yeah, the Quran took
Yeah.
on some of these ideologies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, like I'm saying, what I'm pointing out here, you can see it's dispute between Rabbi Meir and the rabbis. So this rabbi was saying, because remember, this is concerning the law contract and the obligations of the husband. Now, you have to understand the obligations of a husband had different amounts of money to a virgin compared to a non-virgin. Hence, why this guy was fighting, saying, well, you can't really say that under a 3-year-old they've lost their virginity because the hymen hasn't broken because of wood. So therefore, you pay the same price as a non-virgin.
Yeah.
As a virgin. Do you understand? So that's what he was debating about against other rabbis. Other rabbis
Yeah,
were
I mean, but at the
disagreeing
end
with
of the
him.
day, these debates are meaningless. And also, even if it is in a sexual context or it's not, and it's like, oh, he's just talking about this. Either way, it's wrong because it's from the Talmud. So I think we can all agree on that.
It's just commentary. I'm just trying to make a point. It's commentary based on the perspective of the law, different rabbis having debates based on scenarios, based on their law, and based on the Tanakh. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't support it. I don't think anybody in the panel supports it.
I don't give a crap
I'm
about
just
it. I
pointing
really
out that-
don't.
Yeah, I get you, PJ.
No, I mean I
I'm
don't
not
give. I don't mean I don't give a
Norman.
crap about this conversation. I don't give a crap about the Talmud. I don't want to read it. I'm not interested in it. You know, I don't support it. I just know I shouldn't be hating people. That's it. You know,
Yeah,
so-
yeah. Norman, I'm not defending it
See
for
what
the
I
last
mean?
time, and I'm not
I just keep
attacking
trying
you.
to say
I'm
that.
saying you don't understand what's being written here. You are misrepresenting what's being said here. Okay? I totally disagree with that rabbi, by the way, by saying the under 3-year-old wouldn't lose their virginity. I totally disagree with that. Again, the dispute is about the obligation of money. That's what it's about. It's about the obligation that the husband would have to the wife. And if the wife was a virgin, it would be a different amount of obligation to the wife which was not a virgin. Hence why that rabbi is fighting to say that, well, under 3-year-old, we couldn't see it as breaking virginity, which I think is sick. And that's why other rabbis disagreed with him, hence debated him.
My question is, why is that even a debate?
Because
Why
it's
is there
based
even
on
a debate?
scenarios. Again, it's based on a scenario, based on the law.
No, but okay, so what law is that based off on?
In those days, they took concubines and slaves. It was a norm, okay? And a lot of times, because they had different price obligations based on their law for a non-virgin or a virgin. A virgin would be worth more than a non-virgin according to their belief tradition, okay? So they were saying, under this circumstance or scenario, would you classify that person as a virgin or not a virgin, so you would know how much you would have to be obligated to pay? Do you understand?
Okay.
That's it. Now people take it and say, oh, it's saying it's okay, you should rape a 3-year-old. That's not what it's saying. It's literally not what it's saying.
Who said that? I just got here,
Norman
by the way.
Cross. So yeah, I got no other way to explain it. Maybe should I explain Afrikaans? I don't know. I'm not defending the Talmudic rabbi.
Oh my goodness. Why?
Norman, say that one more time. I'm going to have to time you out because I'm sick and tired of repeating myself to you. I am not defending the Talmud. I'm not defending the rabbis. I am just stating the facts. You don't want to understand the facts is not my problem. I am just simply telling you out of your ignorance that you don't know what's going on because you're misrepresenting what it says. I don't agree with what it says. I don't agree with the Talmud. I'm just presenting what the Talmud is so you would be able to take a logical understanding before bringing it up and saying things which it doesn't say. Get it?
How many times
That's
he said he's not defending it, and you have to keep saying the same thing, Norman? I thought you were you're acting like a bloody anti-flat earther, bro.
He is. According to Rabbinic Judaism, the oral Torah or oral law are statutes of legal interpretations that were not recorded in the 5 books of Moses, the written Torah. Yes. And they were regarded as Orthodox Jews as prospective and given at the same time. The holistic Jewish code of conduct encompasses a wide swath of rituals, worship practices, God, man, and interpersonal relationships from dietary laws to Sabbath and festival observance on to marital relations, agricultural practice, and civil claims and damages. According to the rabbinic Jewish tradition, the oral Torah was passed down orally in an unbroken chain from generation to generation until its contents were finally committed to writing following the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD, when Jewish civilization was faced with an existential threat by virtue of dispersion of the Jewish people. The major repositories of the oral Torah are the Mishnah, compiled between 222 AD by Judah Nahasi, and the Gemara. The series of running commentaries and debates concerning the Mishnah, which together form the Talmud, the preeminent text, and Rabbinic Judaism. In fact, 2 versions of the Talmud exist. One produced in the Galilee of 300 to 350 AD, the Jerusalem Talmud, and the second, more extensive Talmud compiled in the Jewish Babylonian, which is about 450 to 500 AD, the Babylonian Talmud. Belief that at least portions of the oral Torah were transmitted orally from God to Moses on the biblical Mount Sinai during the Exodus from Egypt is a fundamental tenet of faith of Orthodox Judaism and was recognized as one of the 13 principles of faith by Maimonides. Okay. Do you know the 10 Commandments is part of that? That was orally given to Moses through God.
He carved them into tables, from what I understand.
Okay, look at this. Norman Cross says, I misrepresented nothing. Okay, let's go back up to your first thing. No, it's not here. Mhm. Flatzoid, read Kabuta 11. Let's see you defend men raping 3 old baby girls. There, that's misrepresentation. Don't come tell me you didn't misrepresentation anything, because there's nothing about raping 3 old baby girls on there. Sorry, Norman.
Well, if anybody's having sex with a 3-year-old, I think that would be considered rape in my book.
It's sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sick. But this is not, again, no one's saying go rape a 3-year-old. No one is saying go rape a 3-year-old. Not even on there did they say go rape a 3-year-old. It was simply tracing out a scenario based on the law, on what should happen if the person is considered as, if the girl is or boy is considered as a virgin or not a virgin. That is it. Okay? It's the same as you have law statutes in your country. They say if you steal a pencil, your sentence will be so long. If you steal a bank full of money, your sentence will be so long. Do you understand? They have to lay out both scenarios, correct?
But what if the pencil is half broken and out of like fucking lead?
It doesn't matter. The point I'm making is there is a consequence based on legal action, based on the action you do. Some actions, even though one is greater than the other, will have more, how can I say, consequences to it.
Yeah, like stealing a full leaded pencil and an empty leaded pencil, right?
Yeah, whatever. So, yeah. So instead of telling me I support it, stop saying that, because it's a total misrepresentation. I do not support the Talmud. I'm just simply bringing you the facts, what the Talmud's about and what it says. Because I am so sick and tired of anti-Semitic crap. I'm so sick and tired of everyone calling me names and threatening me and telling me this and that, just because you guys are ignorant and following people by saying stuff that they absolutely have no idea what's even been said.
Wait, Norman's been anti-Semitic towards you?
I didn't say he was. I didn't say
Thought
Norman
you were
was.
implying it.
No, I didn't say Norman.
So if anybody that speaks out against the Talmud is anti-Semitic?
No. Never said that either. What's your problem, man?
What the heck?
Why are
Kinda
you putting
getting-
words in why are you putting words in my mouth the whole time?
I'm just wondering where this has come from.
Have you even watched my streams?
Nope.
There we go. So instead of trying to put words in my mouth, go watch the streams, and then you see what the arguments are and why I say this.
Okay.
Because what happens is usually people come in and I give them the facts like this, and what do? Are you a Zionist, Nazi, propagandist, Jew lover, stuff like that. And I mean, you just saw from there saying how I'm defending people raping 3-year-olds. No, I'm not. It's as simple as that. I'm going to state the facts, and if people don't like it, it's their problem. I got nothing against Norman Cross. I think he's a great guy. He's been a great supporter on this channel for a long time. I just don't think he's getting the grasp of what he's doing right now, what he's saying. Because I'm really getting sick of people, based on ignorance, trying to tell me what the Talmud is. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's saying this. In the meantime, it doesn't say that. It's misrepresentation of what it's saying. And again, I'm not supporting the Talmud. I'm just bringing you the facts. So, yeah. Anyway, what else do you guys want to talk about for the last half an hour?
Not the Talmud. Not the Talmud.
Yeah, because just now we're supporting it again.
Yeah. Never read it. Don't want to. You know, I've got my Bible. I know who the true God is. I know Christ. You know, that's all I need to know. It's Christ, and I know what Christ tells me to do. And He says not to hate.
No, I agree. That's why I say we Bible believers. We're not Jewish. We don't believe in the Talmud. We don't hold to their traditions and their laws like they got it. We hold to our Christian values, what the Bible says.
That's what we were saying earlier when we got started originally, right? Before you even brought up the Talmud.
Sorry?
I said we were saying that we were going to go with the Bible, not the Talmud. It's not the written word of God.
Yeah. Norman Cross, I want to present you again. He's saying he's not going to present. That's literally what it says. No. The Bible, the Talmud, doesn't say you can rape a 3-year-old. Again, for the 5th time, that passage, that commentary is about a debate between rabbis. The one is saying, should we say this person is a virgin or not a virgin based on that scenario? Why? Because the obligation amount is different towards a virgin and different towards a non-virgin. You get it? Because if the scenario does come up, they know how much they should be obligated to pay. Not hard to understand. It's like saying, guys, I'm going to buy 2 fish, but these 2 fish are small. These 2 fish are big. So I want to know, do I still pay the same amount for the 2 small fish, like the 2 big fish, or do I pay a different amount for the 2 small fish because the other 2 fishes are bigger? You get it? It's literally trying to answer based on their law what would happen in that scenario. No one is saying go rape a damn 3-year-old. No one is saying you're allowed to do it. No one is saying anybody should do it. They are literally pointing out the scenario, basing the law, and saying, because of this law, what should we say? Are they a virgin or not a virgin? So we know how much we should be obligated to pay them financially based on our law. That's all they are saying. Now, yes, I do not agree with that. I don't support it. I'm just presenting again what it says, what the law is. That's what the Talmud says. You don't like it, then that's your problem. I can't help you. If you want to be dumb and slow, your problem. I got no other words other than, yeah, get a life. Stop misrepresenting it. Again, he says it's talking about 3-year-old baby girls, not fish. Stop being ridiculous. I was giving.
I think Norman's being ridiculous.
I give up.
Of course, he's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is Aaron?
That's for sure.
Hey, Cactus Jack, Aaron Armstrong may give like a super chat here and there, but he's far from a rockether.
I was going to say. Yeah, I think I've heard this about the Talmud before, and I've heard the same argument over and over. But I mean, today's laws are a lot different. We will not even tolerate that. If you went and raped a 3-year-old, you'd be under the jail, dude.
I think like what everybody said, we should get off the Talmud for the last half hour. I think we should talk about something else.
Are you doing a stream tonight, PJ?
Watch that video about Jericho.
I ain't doing a stream. I was falling asleep through my Bible one today. I only went on for just over an hour today.
Nice.
I was actually falling asleep. I was shattered, so no, I'm not going to go on tonight. I did think about it, but no, I need to get some sleep. Drop asleep for a change.
Yeah, I saw you did that review. It's pretty funny, man. That was quite hilarious. I do appreciate that.
I didn't get to see that first half till you.
Oh, Sandro, shut up, you numpty. You're an absolute numpty. What was the point in you ever coming to my channel if you believe crap like that? I thought you said you learned. Sandro, garbage, bro. Garbage. Absolute garbage.
We'll
Read.
have
I
to.
thought you were reading the Bible. It doesn't say that in the Bible, you know.
It's not interpretations, dude. They got physical evidence for Jericho. Wesley's asking about Jericho, and they found archaeological evidence that present the walls of Jericho. He's over saying I'm interpreting it. No. I had a guy try to tell me last night the flood never happened.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the first half of what Sandro said in a sense, but the second half, I don't know.
No.
Because I could see, like, yeah, I mean, the promised land, if you think about the promised land as heaven, then yeah, it would be a spiritual thing. But I don't think heaven is achieved through integrated self and all of that and enlightenment.
You
No.
should go talk to Sean, Kingdom in Context, man.
Might as well be go
Go talk to freaking.
Joel Osteen and stuff like that. Go see. Wow.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna do a stream in like an hour. Another banger from Chris Yoon. I think he has the Epstein files.
Did you see that I had reviewed your movie?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, PJ. When I
Oh,
said
yeah.
thanks for the review, like
Oh,
maybe 30 seconds ago. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I didn't even know. I was.
that's what I was referring to.
Elsewhere. Sorry, bro.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I do appreciate it, bro.
I
You
had
did
to
pretty
do
well.
it. Like,
It was
I
a good
thought
laugh.
I did it straight after the stream. You know,
Oh, really nice, bro.
Yeah, I went to
that was good.
Rogers. I went in
Thanks.
Rogers chat for about 10 minutes, and I thought I'm going to do it. I says I know, like we've already done it, but I'm going to see it because I kind of just like I wasn't more of a review. It was more like I was like
a watch along.
picking it up and a watch through and kind of just saying how I feel about it and joking through it and stuff. You know what I mean? I liked it. I thought it was great, man. I tried to do my best with the music.
Yeah, you did a
You're
good
coming
job.
for the music. Yeah, you turned it down.
Yeah. I did age restrict it though, just in case.
Nice.
You know?
Good idea. Other interpretations. I believe story is flat described it. You said you have a different interpretation. I was curious.
I just want to apologize to Norman Cross. Yeah, sorry, I got frustrated with the retardness. I'm sorry I called you dumb.
Wesley wants to see the Jericho.
Did you just call him retarded? That's
I see
not
you caught it.
that's
I
not
see
a
you caught
hard
it.
apology, bro.
I saw you caught it. But to jokes aside, yeah, sorry, Norman, I did get frustrated with that. Sorry, man. So I apologize.
So, Flash, you want to play that Jericho video?
I'm
Everybody's
just scared with copyright.
I'm gonna look at it and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Thomas Morgan, you rock, bro. Thomas Morgan's great. Love that dude. He's never got a bad word to say about
Yeah,
him.
Thomas was really cool. But yeah, I like I said in the beginning of the stream, this is probably a topic that's going to piss off some people. So
It always does.
I'm just wondering what's happening to the minds of some of the people I know. I mean, what's going on?
Well, I don't think you have to worry about copyright. There's not any real music in it. It's a small, like a
yeah, but it's a
mid-sized channel.
35-second video, and it's AI voice.
Oh yeah.
So you rather post a link for someone to read.
Yeah, Wesley
to
wanted
watch,
it.
but,
What he's screaming about.
Oh, that's Wesley. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that was the other guy. They have a similar profile picture.
I just want to point out to
That was Norman.
Thomas Morgan. This is exactly what I told Charles last night. Ephesians 6:12. I brought it up in our Bible study.
You know, the funny part is debatable, D. I don't think he'd agree with you on everything either.
Yeah.
He said people are becoming enlightened.
Yeah, no, I'm certainly not becoming enlightened. That's for sure.
So, Jaden, what are you going to do your stream on?
Oh, dude. Chris Yoon said he has the Epstein files, so we're gonna see.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Not actually, but I clickbaited it a little bit. It's about Epstein, and he's a YouTube prophet, so he's gonna, who knows what he's gonna say about it.
Oh, man.
I haven't even watched it yet. I don't even want to spoil it. I'll do it in like an hour or so. I did one like an hour ago on the same guy, but I couldn't get through it because this atheist came in and was cursing, saying the N-word. So that was fun.
Oh yeah, I was saying I should have stayed in for that one.
Yeah, that would have been great. I didn't know what to tell him, bro.
Oh,
Even Flats was there for that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry,
was
I had to
quite
hear that. Yeah, it gets hectic.
Was he in your
over
show
Russia.
before? Or was that the first time he was there?
No, that was the first time he came in.
Oh, okay.
He even had it in his name, in his title.
Yeah, he did. I was trying to get rid of that. Honestly, I should have kicked him from the start, but
You
I was
could
like,
have
yeah,
changed
I
it,
mean,
though.
yeah, there's probably a way to do it, huh?
Yeah. You can change it. I mean, like I've got the names put off, but you can put the names on and off, and you can even
You
change
can put the names
if you
off.
want to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Now, Wesley wants to know my interpret. Well, I've heard that it was a scientific explanation why Jericho fall. It was the noise they made that brought down the walls, not God. I've heard scientific explanations for Jericho. No way. It's supernatural.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, it can only be supernatural. I mean, how are you gonna explain that scientifically? You can't.
Yeah.
Just use NASA logic to explain all of that stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Make sure you get the set right.
Thank you, Oren Armstrong. I don't know. That's his other account. He says, I've been trying to super chat, but Vicky keeps banning me. I thought we had this sorted, Keith. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate it. I don't know. You guys maybe have to get together and have a discussion sometime.
Vicky won't talk.
But she did say she's going to ban you every time she sees you, so.
But there's
Thank
no
you
way
for
that Vicky will talk to him
appreciate it.
after what he was being like. No way. No way after what he did.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that, so.
So I mean, I block him. I can't see him. I mean, except on here. You know,
Yeah.
And I haven't given my opinion on Charlie Kirk for a reason. I just want to say that right now.
Yeah, I made a video about it and then deleted it.
And what is your opinion, if we may ask?
There's too much stuff to really look at. I haven't had a real good chance to like sit down. Like, for instance, the guy they got, I don't think he's the dude that did it. There's some variables with the way he bled in a couple of videos I've looked at. It looks like seems like it's artificial. There's a couple other things that I want to look at too, and I'll draw my own conclusions, and that'll be my conclusion, and not anybody else's.
Everybody has their own opinion, and everybody is allowed to think.
I'll just take it from what I see.
I think he's dead, but
I do as well.
I don't know, dude. That big G ring she had on when she's touching his body, that didn't seem right, and it took him 33-hour manhunt.
And she had the Knight of Malta cross on her neck as well.
Yeah, a 33-hour manhunt. Really? Seriously? I mean, that's like the telltale of a psyop, bro. But he's writing on the bullets. He's scraping inscriptions on the shell casings. Really? We haven't seen that before, have we? Oh, wait, we have in like the last 5 shootings. So, I mean, I think he's dead, but I can't form the whole story. I don't know what happened. There's just some weird things that I can't describe.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things happening in it.
What's the things that
don't add up.
Can I address Cactus Jack right quick? Yeah. Sorry.
I just want to say thank you, Vicky, for your £10. Says Aaron can kick rocks, eat poop twice.
Is that who Cactus Jack is?
Give her the super chat.
No, it's not Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack's not him.
No, Cactus Jack is Roger. That's sick. He's got kids.
Dude. It has nothing to do with my kids too, dude.
No,
I have kids.
He's saying you're saying he might not be dead, but he has kids. You understand?
I get what he's saying.
I did say this before, and I'm going to say it again. I think he is dead, and I think it was a satanic ritual not
Yeah.
by him. He's the unfortunate sacrificed offer given. I do think he's really dead, but I think it's so organized that there's a lot of
Yeah.
issues about it. You understand?
I don't believe the guy that they've got for doing it is the guy.
I
You
think
know,
he's part of it. I just don't think
yeah,
he's the guy that did it.
like Lee Harvey Oswald, the
He could
Pateron.
have maybe was incited to take the shot, but it
Maybe,
was probably maybe not his shot that killed him.
maybe.
You never know.
I mean,
Maybe it was something else.
but I certainly think he's gone. But yes, of course, like all the other, like not all the other, but a lot of other things that have happened like this. There's always a psyop that goes along with it somehow. Yeah, of course. But their man is dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's so
Can't
hard.
see any
Dude.
way around it.
I honestly, I would love. The only thing that has me on the edge about it is there was definitely no blood trail, and they dragged his body probably 100 feet to the SUV, and there wasn't a speck of blood on the ground, dude. And if you're leaking out of your esophagus, dude, I mean, I don't even think the people that were carrying got blood on their shirt, and I don't know how that's possible either.
You know what?
And I
found
want to
really
believe
weird-
he's dead. I don't want to believe there's some
But you know what I
conspiracy, but
found
how does
really
that?
weird? But you know what I found really weird when they were like interviewing one of the guys that were there, and while he was saying, he was like at the third row and something, he looked left when the shot and they looked right, and then he saw Charlie down full of blood and everything. And while he was still saying this, other people came there and started pushing him away and saying he shouldn't talk, and they were like literally assaulting him so he wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
That to me was really weird.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen multiple testimonies online of people that claim to be there, and they all seem to have the same story. It all seems to line up. But I mean, they didn't really say anything more significant than we already supposedly have on footage.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Just there's a lot of things that don't add up, like the weapon itself. I mean, if you think about like the way they portraying it, that he put the scope in his bag and he climbed and took a screwdriver and assembled the gun again. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not
how
buying
the
that
hell
either.
do you zero in your scope when you put it in your bag and stick it back on the rifle, and especially at that distance? That has to be one of a fluke lucky shot then.
I mean, I used to have rifles, and they're not easy to put in a bag. I even had a 10-inch AR. It's usually 16, and that was pretty hard to fit in the bag, dude. You had to like pretty much fully
Yeah, but
disassemble it.
apparently he had the scope in the bag, and he had the barrel taped to his leg, something like that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because the barrel's like long enough to like not
Yeah.
even fit in most backpacks, almost by itself.
But my point of contention is, if you've ever taken a scope off of a rifle, you're gonna have to zero it again once you put it back on.
I mean, I've done it, and I mean, not with like a range scope. It was more like a red dot. But I mean, I can slap the red dot off of this rifle, slap it on another one, and still hit the target. It's not gonna be on. It's like it's gonna ding. But like if that was somebody's chest, it'd probably hit them like left, right, up. Like it wouldn't be on center mass.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, I guess that sort of aligns because I mean, I'm sure he was aiming for the head and he hit him. It supposedly hit him in the chest and it bounced off his armor and then hit him in the throat. I think that's like the narrative, the mostly mainstream. Either I don't know because the entrance wound doesn't even look like it's too big. It's too big. Like I think the most likely scenario is that it hit him in the chest, bounced off, hit him in the throat, based on the entrance wound because it was very wide. And if you know anything about guns, even rifles particularly, because it's usually like a smaller, much faster round, it goes in pretty discreetly and it comes out with a massive hole. And it didn't seem like the rifle round went out at all. I think I don't know. It just seems like it bounced off, ricocheted up, put a massive hole in his throat because of the ricochet. And then from there, it probably just stayed inside.
Some people are claiming that he was shot from behind, and that's the exit wound.
I don't know. I didn't see an exit wound. I don't know if there was one even reported.
It's quite interesting.
There's no autopsy. I find that quite weird. I didn't hear about one.
No, if we look at that woman that does embalming and stuff, she did a talk on it, and she says no, you can see there's an autopsy done, because of how puffy his jacket and things were, and explaining
Right.
why it would look that way based on autopsy. So
Yeah.
yeah, remember they don't need to release everything to the public, just to let everybody know.
Roger,
And they're not
when,
gonna.
Roger, when you're putting in chat, well, if he's still alive, his kids have still got a dad. That you're not helping nobody. You're
No.
adding to them kids' trauma. Whether you've got kids or not is irrelevant. Your kids have not sat and watched you get shot. He's dead. Please, no matter what you believe, don't disrespect his family like that. I find
I'm
it
not trying to disrespect his
disgusting.
family, Vicky,
Listen,
at all.
Roger, just
Right
because
now,
you
I'm
sat
getting
with
an
Sov,
ultimatum that
just
I got to make a
because you
decision
sat
about
with
something that
Sov,
has nothing to
Roger,
do
and
with
you
me.
still
changed your
talking.
mind.
Yeah.
You sat with Sov and changed your mind. I text you yesterday, well, early hours of this morning. You haven't even bothered to read it because you've got no respect for nobody but yourself. You have no loyalty to anybody. Listen, right, them two kids have
Okay,
lost
you're going
their
to accuse
dad.
me of having no loyalty to anybody, and I've
Listen,
stuck
them
by
kids have
Flatzy
lost their
on this
dad.
channel for over a year.
Roger,
Them
wait.
kids
Listen,
lost their dad. Have some goddamn respect.
I think
Oh
you
my
know what
God,
she's
it has-
talking about, Roger. I think you know what she's talking about.
No, I don't. You guys
You
are
do.
putting
What I
me in a
spoke about
place
last night.
where I have to
What I
choose.
spoke about,
okay,
Roger.
okay,
What I spoke about to you last night, Roger. That's what she's talking about.
Well, Roger, do you think it's respectful to say a guy's not dead because you think it's fake just because Sov says so?
No, I'm not going by what Sav's saying.
It was
It's
funny.
exactly
you were,
what
I don't know.
Sov
I'm
says.
actually reviewing evidence for myself.
but
I
it
can
was
actually
funny.
think for
No, but it
myself.
was funny that you were here saying you thought he was fat, he was dead, and all that. But then all of a sudden, you
No,
were
I
on
didn't. I
Sov.
never said that. You can go
You
back
did.
and watch the shows and the streams,
Okay,
and I
let's put it
actually
this
said
way,
I'm going to
Roger.
reserve my
Let's put it this
opinion.
way, Roger.
Don't
Yeah.
care.
Let's put it this way, Roger. Would there be any incentive for him to fake his death?
It's not about incentive.
I think
I'm
so,
I'm
personally.
I'm just reviewing evidence myself. That's all I'm doing, and everybody's trying to pressuring me to make a
Nobody's
definitive
pressing you
statement
to make
to what
any
happened.
decision.
No,
Nobody's
I'm
pressing
just
you. You're
asking you
making
because
it.
I was
Really?
just interesting.
Really, I can show you where you're telling me I need to make up my mind. Okay?
No, no one
Oh,
told you to
I
make
said
up your
make
you
up
mind.
your
did,
mind
dude.
because you said one thing here and one thing there.
No, I didn't say one.
Yes, you
Go
did.
back
Yes,
and
you
watch
did.
the stream. I
Roger,
did not say
and you
it.
know what Vicky's talking about. You know
Talking
exactly
about-
what she was talking. Yes, you do. 'Cause what I spoke about last night when you said to me, "Are you peeved off or something?" You know what I spoke about. You know exactly what, and that's what she's on about.
It's not about
Yeah,
Charlie or his kids at all.
it is. It's all about Charlie and his kids.
We
And
didn't
this
talk
is
about
why-
that
this
last
is why
night.
I get
We're not
peeved
talking
off
about.
No, I'm
But
not
this is
talking
why I
about
get-
Charlie. I'm talking about
Wait,
the
wait,
other
wait,
thing
wait.
when she said
But
loyalty.
this is why I get so peeved off with like
Yes,
Sov and
that's
them
what
at the
I'm
moment.
talking about. It has
But
something
this
to
is
do
why
with
I get
something.
wait, dude, wait. This is why I get peeved off with like Sov and them at the moment because they have no respect for the dead at all. It's literally it's his character died. It's not him. No, a guy literally died. Okay, and I think it's very disrespectful, even if you have opinion about it, to go and disrespect and say, well, this is all is faked. It was just a blood, a swab, or I don't think it's really. It looked like it was fabricated. So what if it looks fabricated? It doesn't mean a guy didn't die. He literally was shot in front of 3,000 people. Okay, they saw it with their own eyes. It might be a fake event, but it doesn't mean he didn't die. It might be a psyop, but it doesn't mean he didn't actually die. It doesn't mean his wife is now a widow. It doesn't mean his two children, who is 1 and 3 years old, is not going to grow up without his father now.
This is
very.
I'm
I
basically
think
looking.
me personally, I think that's sick.
No, I'm being slandered right now. Dead straight.
No,
Look
you
at
are
the chat.
slandering Charlie Kirk.
No, look.
I mean, I kind of get you,
I'll-
Roger, because I'm on the edge too, dude. And honestly, I could think of many reasons. One, his wife smiled twice when she was talking about her dead
I'm
husband,
putting
talking
that
about being a
topic
widow.
behind me right now.
Okay,
I
go
told
ahead.
everybody I wasn't making a decision until I saw everything for myself. Here's my point. I'm being slandered saying that I only have loyalty to GoFundMe's. No, I don't. As a matter of fact, I brought
I never said that.
GoFundMe's to help people out. Okay,
Who said
has
that?
nothing to do with it.
Pissed off.
Who
I
said
don't.
that?
I'm not trying to piss her off. It's like this has been like because of I'm dealing with somebody else has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk, and you know it.
This is
My
everything about
loyalty is
Charlie
not
Kirk.
to
Man, I
anybody
asked
in
you, wait,
particular.
I
wait.
was talking about
Roger,
the
I
loyalty
asked you a
thing.
very specific question about what you would think because you said you didn't really want to say. And the thing is, I've seen you on Solve, and you're literally agreeing with them on there.
Yeah.
Where the other
I'm
night,
looking at
I
the
mean,
evidence.
the last stream we had, you said some very dodgy things on the stream, and I just kept quiet about it. You
Such
seem
as?
to be airy-fairing right through whoever you're talking with, and I think Peter's right. You're going to have to, at a point, say, okay, this is what I believe, and then stick with it. Because it's not going to help where you're going to, like, want to try and please this group, want to try and
I'm
please
not.
that group.
It's
You're
not
going to
trying to
have to
please them.
make a stand and say, this is what I believe, and that's it. And I'm saying this as a friend, man. Because at the end of the day, people are going to see you as just swerving around like a fence sitter. And I don't think that's what you want.
No, I'm not trying to be a fence sitter. I'm actually just seeing new evidence every day, and that's what I'm
We
making
all do.
decisions on. Yeah, and
But does that
and
new
everybody's
evidence
like,
mean he didn't die, though?
there's
Some of
question
it's
marks.
leading towards it, dude. Honestly, some of it is. Everybody's got to make their own educated opinion. Look at both sides.
Roger
Don't
seems
just.
to
And
make-
not be
Roger
judged for it
seems to
neither.
change his mind whether depending on what
No,
stream.
it doesn't, man.
I
I didn't
said
come
that
in
to
here
you last
saying
night,
he's alive
Roger.
or
I
dead
said
when I
that
came
to
in.
you last night. I said
What?
that to you last night. I said it to you. You know, I said
What'd
it
you
to you in Messenger. You know what I said? I'm not going to repeat our exact conversation. You know exactly what I said. You know exactly why you went out of StreamYard. You know what I mean? You're sitting chilling with me. Fine. If you want to go and be in Solves, fine. But you're sitting telling me you're on the phone with Mikey when you're not. You're actually on Solves with him. You're in my stream.
I didn't.
And then about 3 times the sound comes through of you talking to them on my stream. If you want to be with them, be with them.
It's not about being with them, man. Dude, I was asked. Mikey actually called me
You've
and
done
asked
it.
me to come
You
over to
do
help
it
him on
very
top.
often, Roger. You do it very often, very often. So I don't mind
This
if
is
you want
even
to go be
before
with
Charlie.
them. If you don't want to be in my stream, fine, go and be in their
No,
stream.
dude,
But
it's
what's the
not
point
that.
of being both? You
I
can't
wasn't
be in
trying to be in both.
both.
That's the first time I ever done that.
Oh, no, Roger.
I mean,
seen
I've done it
umpteen
before.
times do
I've done
it.
it before. But usually I come in, I'm like, hey, Sav, play
Hey.
this video really quick. I'm
Now,
out.
this is
I just wanted this to get presented because you have a lot of viewers, and I usually leave pretty quick.
yeah.
But I'm not like sitting there dual streaming the whole night.
No, I'm not. I don't do that all the time, dude.
I'm not saying you
You
are.
have
Roger.
good
I'm
few
just-
times,
I want to be
Roger.
accountable for myself as well, you know?
Anyways, but my point is that's all. It has nothing to do with my opinion on Charlie Kirk.
No, it doesn't.
I didn't sway my
was telling
opinion. I
you
haven't
when-
even made
I
my
was
mind up
talking
on
to you
all
about
things.
the loyalty part when she said about loyalty. That's what I was talking to you about. The Charlie
I
part.
don't get
I'm not
anything
talking about
for
Charlie
going
Kirk.
over to Sobs. They don't hand me anything. I don't get anything
Good
extra. I don't.
I never said they did. I'm like, see,
know,
that's you adding things to stuff now.
No, I'm
I
not
didn't say
adding.
that,
I
did
was
I?
told that
They
I
don't
have
give
no
me
loyalty.
anything for it. Did I say that?
No, Vicky said the only thing I care about is
She's
Joe
being
Clement.
angry.
Well, that's not true.
Obviously.
It's definitely not
Well,
true.
look,
I don't
sometimes
get
it
anything.
seems that way. I understand where she's coming from sometimes, to be honest.
I'm not trying to make an argument out of it. I told
I'm
you
just
the
telling
last time I
how it
was
is.
on. Now hear me out. The last time I was on here
You
with
didn't hear me out. You
yeah.
kept talking over me, Roger. I've hardly spoke. You're the one
Yeah.
talking. Go.
I'm trying to say something.
Good.
Okay, let me finish what I got to say. All right, I've indefinitely stated this that I had not looked at all the evidence. Last time I was on here, I never said he's alive or he's dead. I've never said that ever. Go back and listen to it, dude.
Because what about after? When we talk about after, what if we talk? What about when we talk after streams? Roger, we've spoke about this. You did say it, and then you literally said,
No, I
in
said I
chat,
wasn't
now he's
sure.
not dead. You used to literally say in chat, now he's not dead.
I didn't say that. Go read what I said in chat. I said whether he's alive or dead, it's not. The truth doesn't change on my opinion.
You said stuff before that, didn't you? And
I didn't say what you're saying.
Okay, but yeah. Okay. Again, yeah, everybody can have their own opinions and things. I just find it very disrespectful to say
I'm not trying
someone's
to be
not dead when
disrespectful
they
at
are
all.
dead. I'm not attacking you personally on this, Roger. I'm just saying I find it kind of disrespectful because I know, for instance, if it was me that was shot and someone was saying, well, I faked it because somebody else made some kind of false flag, doesn't mean I'm not dead anymore. And I think that would be very disrespectful, not to me, to my wife and my children. And to me, I've seen this in the flat earth community these days. People are heartless. They just don't give a damn. They rather want to look at all the negative kind of things and see false flags where there really isn't. They want to see things where there isn't. And I agree with this thing. There's a lot of things that just don't add up. I'm
And
not
how am I
saying it
lying
isn't.
to
Well,
these people?
if,
But
can I
what
can
I'm
I give
saying,
you?
but what I'm saying is there were 3,000 people live watching this thing take place. Okay? Children watching this thing take place.
I got that. It's very
They
traumatizing.
saw it with their own eyes. We have different video footage from independent people all over where they use their cell phones recording, seeing the exact same thing. Same people saying the exact same thing. He got shot in the neck, he died. Okay? Now, yes, where he was shot, what he was shot with, all those things doesn't make sense. Why, how they picked him up, how they took the camera down, how they, there was no ambulance, all that. That doesn't mean he didn't die. Okay? There is literally just, to me, until it's proven that he hasn't died, okay, I would say it's very disrespectful. And if he is shown to be alive later, I would think that's the sickest thing a person can do because he's
Yeah.
playing on people's emotions. You know what I mean? But I personally, I think it's really disgusting to think a person would leave their 2 little children behind and their wife to act dead. I think that's a very disgusting thing.
Well, I don't
I
think
agree
that's
with you
how it would go
completely.
personally.
I do, and that would be a real bad person or a very compromised person if
Mhm.
at the most that he would have to go to that lengths to solidify whatever he's doing if it is. And I do agree that's a very sick thing to do. But I'm dealing in a sick world with sick politics.
And unfortunately, he was very political, and he was flying on the plane with the president. His wife is now flying with the vice president. Yeah, I mean, he's deeply rooted in politics. And unfortunately, when you bring politics and religions, it tends to muddy the waters.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, like
You
I said,
never
I
know.
think he's dead, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
33
saying. You never know.
hours.
But that's what I'm saying. You never. But
Look,
Jaden, that's what I'm saying. You never know.
I had 666 videos the other day,
I
and
mean,
then I had 666. I had 666. Then all of a sudden, I had 666 videos, and my 666 video was me showing a Hollywood elite becoming a Christian. You know what I mean? So, like,
yeah, I mean,
things like that
kind of
happen.
actually.
Things like that can happen.
It can, but when it's mainstream and it always happens, and it's
Can I say
always
something?
30
No,
to 30,
Vicky, I'm not
it's-
looking for a name in FE. I don't
think-
really care.
when it's
I'm looking for
always
the
the
truth.
same thing.
Oh my god.
And also, I don't know if
I
you guys
agree,
have seen the
Thomas.
clip, but
I agree, Thomas. I don't think Roger's trying to disrespect, and I agree with that. I don't think your heart is trying to disrespect. I'm just saying that's how I feel when someone says,
I'm not either.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, there are literally people that pretend to be Christians. They have
Oh, yeah.
churches, and they lead people to hell. So for me to believe this guy who says he's a Christian and he's buddy-buddy with Trump, who we know is not a Christian, and he's doing all these political things, that's not out of the realm of possibility for me.
Of course
Never
it's
should
Jaden,
be.
that's why I disagree with you, though. If
But
you
the
look at
people
his
can be
fruits,
deceived by people.
look at his
I
fruits.
see that.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
If you
look
look at
at Sob's son. He likes Trump, but he sees a lot of other truths, but he doesn't see
Yeah.
the Trump thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you see, that's why I disagree with you. If you look at Charlie Kirk's, how can I say, his fruits,
Mhm.
I think he was a Christian that a lot of people should
It's
strive
just-
to be like.
You're
I
not wrong. You're not wrong. I just know people that are doing awful things that will still tell me the truth. And they'll still say Jesus is the only way to God. Praise Jesus. He's the only way. There is no other name higher than him. And Jesus will tell them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. And there's going to be those people. And I'm not saying Charlie's one of those people. I'm just telling you, there are going to be those people that will even deceive the elect if they could. And the Bible talks about them. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. And when you bring in politics, it just tends to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that has stuck out the most is all of the Freemasonic connections with the Big G, her necklace, 33 hours. I watched a clip of Charlie Kirk, and they said, "Oh, what do you know about the Freemasons?" He said, "I don't know a lot about them, but they could, I think they're right. They could be right." And I was like, "Really? You think the Freemasons are right? Great, awesome. As far as I'm concerned,
now I'm
he was
being banned
probably
from
on
your
board with
channel,
them.
PJ. Is that
Honestly.
what it is?
Say again.
I mean,
Am I being banned?
let's just say he's
What do you mean
dead.
the band? What do you mean?
Vicky said she banned me and like 6 other
No.
No, she
people.
didn't. She said she blocked you. That means she can't see your messages. Doesn't mean
Okay,
you're
so what
banned.
did I do to Vicky? I'm serious.
Well, she maybe just doesn't want to. She maybe doesn't like what you're saying. I
Oh.
don't know. You better ask her, not me.
Anyway,
God.
like I was saying,
No.
You're not
Got
banned
nothing-
from my channel. She said she blocked you. That means she can't see your messages. Doesn't mean you're banned.
And,
I think-
and now everybody's just sitting there agreeing with everything that she's saying about me
no.
Oh,
in chat. I'm watching them, dude.
I
Okay.
don't care. Don't try and start my missus off, dude.
I'm not trying to, dude. It's just like, but why is she attacking me? What did I do?
Because
Okay.
she's seen another side to you, I suppose. I don't know. Ask
What
her.
other side do I have?
Ask her. Why are you
I'm
asking me?
you.
Why are you asking me? I'm not
Okay,
Vicky.
guys, we don't need to fight about this. At the end of the day, like I was saying, okay, you guys can have your opinions, everything. I just find it very disrespectful. If you don't, that's your opinion.
I'm not
And
playing
that's
for
it.
me neither.
But yeah,
getting to
I
it.
know you didn't mean it that way, Roger. Like I'm saying, I know you didn't mean it that way.
You're asking me my missus. I don't know. You better ask her. I don't live with her. You know what I mean? I speak to her on the phone. I see her monthly. I don't know. I don't know every single thought in her head, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to talk to her, not me.
But thanks for coming. But yeah, we'll see how the data falls on to see if it's really how it is. But I'm not going to disrespect a dead person just because things look fake. Anyway, thanks guys for coming. Appreciate you all. And everybody with the Talmud, just next time do your research on what it says rather than just misrepresenting and just taking what other people say on it, because it doesn't help, especially in this community. We're supposed to be a truther community. We're supposed to stand together and understand truth, not misrepresent things just because they want to be biased. And that's what I'm trying to place out. So yeah, appreciate you guys. I hope you all think how can I say, clearly about things, and try not to have biases, because that's what separates us from global believers. You know what I mean? We don't want to have a bias. So I appreciate you all. I pray for you all, and I pray blessings upon you. I appreciate everybody for the super chats. Thank you for your financial support. You guys are really awesome. You really do bless the channel as much as really. And yeah, at the moment I'm a Freemason channel because I only have 33 people watching. Oh no. Anyway, till tomorrow, guys.